We did our thing though. We did our thing. We did our thing. You gotta say. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Listen, thank you for coming through.
How are you doing?
Oh, Lance, thanks for the follow. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. Just chilling. You know, obviously, last time I saw you was Mayor Kun's thingy.
Yes.
That
Thanks
shit-
for pulling up.
Listen, that stuff was lit.
You
That
had fun,
stuff-
yeah?
I had fun and everything. And his songs are.
Yeah, he's
obviously.
good. He's good. So for anyone that doesn't know, I hosted his listening party, his London listening party. He was doing a tour where he's basically bringing his album to the people. The project is called Still the Mayor. And one of the tracks we played was called Blessings on Blessings.
Bless or Blessing Every. Killed
Mayor
it.
Kun with Davido. And yeah, big track.
I'm not gonna lie, that's one of my favorite songs this year.
Really?
That song, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it is top 3
Wow.
this year. Yes.
I'm curious. What's the other two?
And you know what? The other two is
No, not a Rema. Okay.
no Rema. Gonna Wizkid.
Okay. You were gonna play that actually.
I was gonna play that right now.
I stopped you from playing it. Bad.
You got what I mean? Gonna Wizkid and everything. I think Wizkid did his thing on that song.
Yeah.
I think Gunna was respectfully. I love Gunna, but he was fighting for his life on that song. Bro.
He got upstage.
Oh man, he did his thing on that song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that song and then a South African tune.
Okay.
We didn't play it. I'm just gonna show you the song real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's a South African. You know them South African songs and everything, man.
Yeah.
I mean, let me just find it real quick. And just play before we start.
Okay.
That's like my favorite tune. I got introduced to it by Major Leagues.
Okay. Love Major League
Yeah,
DJs,
I love them guys. This is the song right here. I'm just gonna play it real quick. Song right here, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Big
this,
tune.
so this song, the Gunna Wizkid one, and then obviously Mayor Kun, man. I
Blessings
love
on Blessings.
a blessing. Oh man, I love that song. So that was Night I Saw You and everything. You put all that stuff together.
Yeah, so we did the whole event curation. We
Yeah.
got the host, we got the DJ, we invited 350 people, and you were one of.
That place was stacked.
Yeah, it was hot.
That place was stacked.
It was hot, and he did the whole playback of the project, but then he also performed for everyone, which
Yeah,
was
he
a
did.
nice touch. He took photos with everyone as well. So, good night.
Damn. What does it take to put stuff like that together?
So I mean, I run my label services agency, and
I mean, you can put it here though, yeah.
oh yeah, hi, I'm Gracey. I'm a music exec. I've been in the business for over 10 years, and I run my agency called May. And one of the things we do is we connect artists with their intended audience. So yeah, he wanted to give Londoners a taste of the project. And what does it entail? We booked the vendors, we booked the venue, we put the schedule together, we put the guest list together, and then we maintained a great night. So
Yeah. No, it was a wonderful night. It was definitely a wonderful night.
it was fun.
Yeah. So is he gonna go on like a tour?
So he's actually doing like what can I call it? Like an album pop-up tour where
Yeah.
he's playing back the project in different cities. So he's gone to Canada, he's been in the US, and so fingers crossed he's gonna be on tour with the actual project. Like performing, but for now he's just trying to re-engage the audience because he went quiet for a bit.
Yeah.
And so now he's just trying to remind the fans that he's still the mayor.
Yeah, he's still that guy. Nah, listen, salute to him, man. Salute to you, man.
Thank you, my
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? And also salute to all the viewers, everyone. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with us. You know what I'm saying? So I salute you and everything.
Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, man. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, do that. Subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube or on Twitch, do that right now. Follow the channel and all that, so that once we go live, you get the pop-ups and everything. You know what I'm saying? And just like she said, hey, you need to start doing the DJ thing.
Yo.
So I probably will.
Next time I see you, if you don't have decks,
I know. I'll do that.
it's gonna be a problem.
I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? So you were saying that American, obviously, he went quiet for a bit, which cannot put something in my head about an artist, Olamide. Olamide, like the first time since 2016.
He's gonna be doing a show in London.
He's about to do his concert in London, bro. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. He's one of them people that I've been wanting to see. Because Olamide is one of them people who I think, is so underrated.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I understand, obviously, he stepped back for a bit, doing the executive thing and everything, running the label and all that. But I just sort of feel like there is nothing anyone in the industry can do musically that he cannot do. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he sings, raps, Yoruba, English, whatever you want. He'll write a song for you. Like, he can do all that. And for him now to obviously decide to do his thing and hopefully go on tour and everything, man, I absolutely love it. What do you think about that, though?
Yeah, so I mean, he just dropped his project, self-titled Olamide. One of my favorite tracks on the project is Lover Lover, and it samples Lauryn Hill. I'm a big Lauryn Hill. In fact, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that project, got me through some times.
Oh, is it?
Times. I think generally rap on the continent is very, I would say, disrespected and forgotten in the conversation.
Yeah.
When you're in Nigeria, though, I really believe that Olamide is revered as top 4.
Yeah.
And I think the conversation is usually top 3, which is why he's often missed out. But like you said, his pen game is crazy. He's put so many artists on. Like, people forget that Adekunle Gold was first signed to YBNL under Olamide.
Facts.
Like, he's one of the best A&Rs in the industry. And obviously, the last couple of years, like you said, he spent time developing people like Ashake, like Fireboy. So to, see him taking the limelight again and being back on the road, we need it. I think he was actually scheduled, I believe, to do a show in London 2018, 2019. And I think there were some issues with the promoters. And so, he didn't, or maybe it was the visa. I'm not sure. Oh.
I know. And listen. Whenever people follow the channel,
we get a sound effect.
You get a sound effect.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? You get a sound effect and everything. So, K Manola, salute for the follow. You get me?
Salute.
Salute.
So, yeah, the fact that show was, I think we were told it was postponed or rescheduled, and then we just didn't hear anything.
I think it was rescheduled. Well,
yeah. So to come back 6 years, I mean, yeah.
Why do you think he's back now, though? Why do you think he decides to kind of step out now?
I think, another
follow and everything, man. Salute
to you. But yeah, I think the time is right, and I see people like Black Bones, see people like Odimodu Black really holding it down for I don't even want to call them Gen Z, but the current crop of rappers. And I think he's back to remind them who their daddy is.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. But I also had a conspiracy theory.
Oh no!
Right? Yeah, I had that as well. I kind of feel like, obviously, the separation as well with Ashake.
Yeah, encouraged him to get back out there.
Yeah, kind of push him to come out again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, he still has Fireboy, yes, but I think when you have invested in people and you've kind of, now obviously I'm not in his mind, I'm not in his head, right? But at that time, maybe some people will second guess themselves. Like, do I have, I'm not talking about him now, just but in general. Some people might say, do I have the talent or do I have the, whatever it might be, to get to that number 1 or number 2 or number 3 or among the discussion, right? But then when you constantly discover people, put the logistics or the resources behind them, and you look at them get to that top position, I believe that sometimes it gives you the confidence to be like, yo, I can actually fucking do this.
Yeah.
If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So now I'm not talking about him in that perspective, but I think just losing Ashake, right, I believe put that fire in him to step out again. Because I believe last year when he was doing all the features and all that kind of stuff, like, he was active the same way wizkid is active now. You
know what though? I feel like the narrative of him not being active isn't necessarily
true
100%, because he was dropping projects every year. Remember he did like Uy Scotty, and your face is like, look, we can search it.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's find it. Let me.
Olamide, Uy Scotty, UYI space SCUTI.
Yeah, let me
that would have been, I believe, 2023.
Yeah,
maybe even like, and no, sorry, his last project was Ikigai, IKI. It's the Japanese word.
I mean, you're probably right.
No, I'm not probably right. I'm an Afrobeat connoisseur.
I know.
So this year it was a self-titled project, Olamide. Last year it was Ikigai. The year before was Uy Scotty. As I said it, you see, Ikigai. 2024, 2023. Oh, 2021 was, yes, he did Unruly in 2023.
Unruly 23,
and then Uy Scotty was 2021.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know why it kind of felt like he took time to drop projects, It felt like that.
So, but when we look, it's been every year apart from 22. I think what happened, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think the co-signee, So Olamide co-signed Ashake. I think he wanted to give him space to grow.
Yeah.
Because we've seen other artists that have signed artists and haven't let them pass themselves. I'm not naming any names.
Yeah, of course.
But there's obviously healthy rivalry or competition or even just respect that I can't do more than my boss.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe Olamide wasn't as, what do I want to say? Didn't push the last projects the same way he did Carpe Diem in 2020, which everybody remembers. The track with Omale on there is like legendary. The one with Bella Shmurda on there, Triumphant, is legendary.
Yeah.
I think he was given Ashake space to be Ashake. And now that Ashake and him have parted ways, he now has the room to be
kind of grow and
Olamide.
everything.
Yeah, to go back to where he was.
No, you're 100% right on that. I'm gonna name a name, Drake. Yeah, I'm not gonna name a name in our industry, but Drake. If you look at Drake, that's the reason why someone like Patinas though.
Yeah.
The Weeknd had to step out from his shadow to become the Weeknd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're still, in my opinion, if you're still competing as an artist, yeah, it's so hard to also play the executive role because you're still in the field.
Question: do you credit Nicki Minaj and Drake to Lil Wayne?
Yes.
Do you think they would have been able to be the megastars they are if Lil Wayne was also continuing his reign? Or did he have to step aside or step down?
He had to step away. He had to step back.
Or they had to step away, whichever way you want to see it.
Yeah, however you want to put it. Yeah. They will have to leave his shadow. Because if you remember that time, Lil Wayne was on fire as well, right? You know, this is before the Young Money thing and everything. But then he started Young Money. He kind of had to step away. He started doing a joint project with everyone, Tiger and all that kind of stuff, like to put them out there. Now, you can also argue that maybe did it kind of affect his career a little bit? Maybe, but that's the price that you kind of have to pay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z, the same thing. You kind of have to step away a little bit behind the scene to push the Rihanna, the Kanye West, you know, Beyonce, you know, even Beyonce's Beyonce, obviously. But you can't do both. You definitely cannot do both. It's very hard to do both.
You get to a point as well when you're a music creator and you realize that actually you get more autonomy, you get more money when you're on the exec side. And so I think they end up prioritizing where the bag is.
Yeah.
And then do music more of as a passion project.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, with everyone bar none. And I think those that have actually struggled have been the ones that have said, okay, no, I'm going to try and do both.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a star as well. It's different if you're an artist, but you're not a star.
Right.
But if you're like a superstar, where once you come out, all the spotlight is on you, it's very hard.
Very hard for the artists that you're bringing in to have their own space and name and shine.
Yeah.
But then also it kind of, I don't even want to say it, but it's almost like you're holding on to being relevant if you don't admit at a point that, okay, it's actually time for me to pivot.
Step away. Yeah. And also, and whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, right? You know, because the label is there to make money.
Yeah, it's a business.
So if someone writes a song, let's say your signee writes a hot song, right? Most likely they will give that hot song to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because you're the name. You're gonna bring it in the bag and everything. So the signee is gonna end up with the leftovers and everything. You know, so that's the reason why they kind of have to step away and then do their own thing to shine. But I'm happy for Olamide, man.
Yeah, me too.
You know, I'm hyped for him and everything. You know, but if you look at Ashake right now, the light that he's in right now, you know, obviously with the tats.
The blue hair. Have you seen the blue hair?
I've seen the blue hair and everything.
And the perm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
working out, hitting the gym and everything.
Buff.
You know,
Wham.
Listen, he's proper one right now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's looking good.
Yeah, you know, and when you look at him right now and the songs that he's dropping now, you know, they are sounding so different from what he used to do. What do you think?
I think Olamide, like I said earlier, is one of the best A&Rs in the game, point blank, period. He writes and, you know, he produces and he does the arrangements and stuff. And I think Ashake is finding what his new sound is without Olamide. I believe Olamide had a heavy hand in the recording process, the
writing process,
selection process, the production process. And now that he's, you know, with a whole new team, because, you know, rumor has it he scrapped everybody, changed distro, created his own label, etc. I'm sure you've covered that already. I think he's finding his sound, and I think I think we're in the pivot. So I think it's maybe too early to say whether this is going to be where he lands, but he can't have kept making the same music.
Nah.
We would have been like, we're tired of that Afro piano, Naija piano, find something else. And so that's what he's doing. He's finding something else.
Yeah.
Some of the critics I've seen online have said maybe he's pandering a bit too much to the American audience, that maybe it's losing some authenticity. I just think he's in his evolution phase, and that comes with some hits and some misses. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with everything you said. Like, I definitely think he's trying to pivot. You know, trying to find himself, hit the new image, sound, whatever it is. I just sometimes don't want him to go too far. You know what I'm saying? You know, I wouldn't want him to go too far. I know that he's looking for that new market. It's clear that he's doing that, but just also feed your base, the base that you have now as well. You know what I mean? So that they can go with you. You don't want to lose them, because when I look at, I don't know if you remember Chipmunk back in the day. That was
who doesn't
exactly
know Chipmunk?
That was the same thing that happened to him as well. Because he was chasing that US market before it became cool. Like before the Central Seas now.
Can I say though, one of my favorite Chip songs was the collab that, I don't know how genuine it was, but him and Chris Brown, one of my favorite.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think we've seen it with so many artists where they're so focused on chasing the foreign bag and the foreign market because the streams make more sense, are more profitable over there, and the shows are more profitable and whatever else. That, like you said, they forget their base, and then when they turn around to try and feed them maybe once every year with one local hit, the guys have moved.
Everyone have moved on. And I hear it when someone like Burna says, when he drops the post that he did, I can't find it on X anymore, where he was talking about one stream in America or the UK costs this, and one stream and don't something like don't, what did he say again? I believe he said that you shouldn't focus on the local market or something like that. I've forgotten what he said. I mean, I hear him. That's true to what he's saying.
If you're focused just on money, there's truth in that. As an example, 1 million streams in Nigeria generates about $300, versus in Sweden and Norway, which are like the highest grossing markets, where it would be more like 10,000. But the reason is the numbers, right? The monthly subscription of Spotify in Nigeria is equivalent to like $2 or $2.99, right? Whereas the subscription in Sweden is about $14.
Yeah, of course.
And so the base cost of a stream is benchmarked to
it's gonna
what
be
the
different.
users are paying. So
it's gonna be different. Like, I agree with what he's saying, but then at the same time, you know,
you can't forget home.
You can't forget home.
You shouldn't. Even if you want to, you shouldn't.
You know, you can't forget home, because home is gonna remind you quick.
They go humble you.
You know what I mean? Home is gonna remind you quick when the outside forgets, and now you're trying to come back home and you realize that everyone is gone.
Our parents used to say, those that you see on your way up are the same people you see on your way down. And so you have to cater to everybody.
Yeah, you just want them ones and everything, man. We were having a conversation about our industry. Do you think that we are so younger crowd centric? What do I mean by that?
Yeah, talk to us.
Where we are very quick to shove our legends to the side. Because in my opinion, the Bandi's album, dope.
The one he just dropped?
Yeah. Dope. But for some weird reason, it just felt like it came and went. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like we are trying to look for the next, and the artists are younger and younger. Like, you're having 18-year-olds now, sometimes 17-year-olds.
I mean, how old was Wiz when he came out? Wiz was like 16, right?
Was he about 16 or 18? Yeah?
No, he was 16. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you know, but it feels like we are always trying to find the next. While we still have these artists, these legends and everything, but it's like we just kind of move them to the side.
Question though, do you feel like the icons should keep dropping music? Like, especially if they've had their heyday, they've become that superstar, shouldn't they, just to keep the culture fresh and evolving, like step back and allow the new guys to occupy that space? Or do you think they should be relevant forever?
I think that there's space for everyone. I think do your thing, but you also got to realize that there are different demographics, right? And as you're getting older, you kind of have to cater, unfortunately, to the older crowd.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The problem is when you're older and you're trying to make music for the 15-year-olds, the 15-year-olds unfortunately don't want to hear what you have to say. The 15-year-olds are looking at Rema.
Yeah, I think just naturally,
that's the problem.
They don't relate to.
They can't relate to you.
Yeah.
And they know it's forced.
Okay, question. I'm not gonna bait out your age on here.
Yeah.
But if we think about like early Afrobeats, maybe like Idris, Abdul Kareem, maybe Bracket, those OG, or even I don't know, Plantation Boys.
Yeah.
If they were still actively dropping music now for the charts,
Yeah.
knowing that they have 10, 15, maybe even 20 years on you,
Yeah.
would you actively be listening to them?
Yes.
You would?
Yes, but depending on their content. That's the problem, right? One of the best album, okay, in hip hop today,
Yeah.
right? One of the best albums this year is the album from the Clips, Malice and Pusha T. Malice is 53. You got me? Pusha T is 49. That's the best album this year. But the thing is, they are not trying to cater to the younger crowd. That is like looking at someone like 50 Cent, for example, in his current age, trying to rap about gun, I'm going to shoot you, bam, bam, and kill you and everything.
Yeah.
We know that that's not your life. That's not what you're doing right now. But if someone like Chief Keef or whatever does that, the reason why it trends, it goes viral, is because
it's believable.
It's believable.
And it's relatable.
Yeah. That's the problem. You got what I mean? So to that question, if Plantation Boys was still in today, or P Square, depending on the content that you're putting.
Music.
I know.
Don't say that. Don't include them in this cover. I'm talking about guys that aren't.
The problem with P Square is they chose drama to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's family thing. Obviously, we don't know the ins and outs and everything. But I'm looking at the whole thing. I'm thinking, bro, there is absolutely no way. I believe that there is nothing that you cannot solve. You know, for the most part, it's ego.
I have watched many interviews of them. I've even interviewed Peter. And I think one of the heavy themes in our conversation was that he felt like the fans pitted them against each other, said one was more talented, said the other one was a better dancer, said the other one was a better singer. And unfortunately, they got lost in the comments. And yeah, I mean, I think when they reconciled, they did blame it on, what do we want to call it? Fan rivalry. But I mean, siblings fight. It's just unfortunate that they both have a very, very public arena, and we're all watching siblings fight. I fight with my sister all the time.
All the time.
It just doesn't get broadcast to 40 million people as soon as I press post.
Yeah. But now the thing is, if you're saying that the fans were paying against each other and everything, in my opinion, that's even worse. I'd rather that not be the reason. I'd rather you don't even say that, because my thing to you is, as a grown-ass man, why would you even allow that? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example...
You're talking.
You got me? Like, for example, this year, I keep on going back to the Clips because they are kind of similar in the same sort of thing, right?
Yeah, brothers.
Yeah. Malice has been out of the game for over 10 years, right? And then, now he came back this year. And all the conversation this year is, listen, Malice is the MVP. He's the MVP. He killed... You know what I'm saying? Like, Pusha T will be an idiot to be like, yo, you know, I'm feeling type of way because of that and everything. Bro, you go look at what are we here for? The money. You know what I'm saying? Like, let the fans talk. You do your thing. We know what it is.
I think, though, like, I think we can say that when we're not in it. And I hear it, focus on the bag. If it was me, I would be positioning them as like iconic legacy artists. I'd be getting them to tour the continent. They'd have some kind of crazy residency in Europe. Like, that would be me. Like, keep them as legendary or iconic artists.
Yeah.
And milk that. I wouldn't necessarily do new music. But I think if there's already a rift, there's already some kind of insecurity there, and then it's just one comment that will set you off. I mean, artists are probably the most emotional people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And they will do guys so that they like and do persona and try and give you steez so that you don't feel like they take it to heart. But they're the most sensitive.
Absolutely.
And especially when it's not even your blood brother, your twin. They might have been compared their whole childhood, right? And then it's just one comment or maybe 10 comments. And you know how these fan groups are? They have all their group chats, they have their Telegram, and they will copy and paste one message, and you'll see that one message 50 billion times. Yeah. That can make anyone spiral. So
no, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Especially if you're the one, you know, obviously we don't know the ins and outs, but let's say you're the one who writes the song. You know that you're the most, between the both of you, you're the talented one. You got what I mean? Well, but then everybody's giving the other one credit. You got what I mean? Now you're feeling that type of way. You're like thinking, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Only if they know. And if some people cannot handle that, and then you see them saying things that they're not supposed to be saying and all that.
And then don't forget, they're not just fighting each other, they're also fighting their previous ex-manager,
which is
Jude,
their
their
older brother. Yeah.
because he in the petition, these are legal documents that we're discussing, so it's not me sharing.
Yeah,
anything.
of course, that's it.
But the document said that he had access or was claiming 30%, and then the brothers were saying, well, that's way too much, and he was like, well, I invested my life, I invested my savings, I managed you, and I took you from nothing to something, and so I deserve 30%. And they've argued that most managers make 10 to 20%, and he has said, well, you guys wouldn't be anything without me. And so I think it's also heightened by the fact that none of them are on the same page.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody's fighting each other.
Of course. That is the reason why it's hard. See, family business is hard.
No go do
Family business is hard. That is the problem with that. And it is unfortunate though, because you should be doing business with your family. Like if you look at Burna and everything, the mom, manager, sister, this, brother, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a position to play and everything. Like they are handling it well. I just don't know why.
I think though with their dynamic, maybe because it's his team or the members of his family that work for him or with him, whichever way you want to say, are women. And maybe there's a different dynamic there. So obviously his mom is his manager, his sister Ronami is his creative director. Missy's obviously a singer. His brother, I guess maybe I should say doesn't have an official title.
No, he doesn't really.
Yeah, he does do content with them and is on the road with them. And so, yeah, I just think I think the dynamic is different because with P Square, they were both, I don't want to say competing, but they were both in the conversation of being the star. In Burna's dynamic, it's very clear that and his family is working with him, for him, however you want to say it. But with P Square, it was more like who's bringing in the bread, and so
No, see, there is something to that because an OG told me one time. He said,
the OG.
Yeah, listen, he said, if you want a team, as a man, if you want to build a team, right, surround yourself with women. I mean, because men, for the most part, we all have egos.
Well, you said it.
You know what I mean?
You said it.
No, it's true. We all have egos. Everybody wants to be the guy. There you go. I'm saying everyone wants to be the guy. You know, a lot of people are not comfortable. You know, we all walk into the club and everything, and all the chicks go to this guy, and then you're standing around and everything. This guy's the chairman. You know, some people are not very comfortable with that. Yeah. But if you have women, especially those that care about you and everything, they are making sure you're good. And if they hear chatters or whatever the case, they're gonna be like, yo, listen, that dude over there is saying something about you, you know, be careful. Like women for the most part are more loyal. Like I'm not saying that you don't have a team where all the guys are loyal. Obviously it happens, but for the most part, women. And
I'd say as well.
No, it's true.
For me, with my company, I think the first, maybe more than half of, I only had females. I only employed females. And then, you know, sometimes you need a male voice in the conversation because men respect men. And so I needed, and also the men in my team are amazing. But for that same reason, I think women are great at coordinating. They're great at hearing the emotional side of things and balancing it. Sometimes even hearing the stuff that you're too scared to say and saying it for you. And so, shout out to women.
No. It's cool. Like it's cool. Just what everyone's in everything, you know. But then at the same time, it's so crazy how dynamic as well because women for the most part are very catty towards each of us sometimes as well. You know what I'm saying? But then when they are with guys, they're cool.
The dynamic works,
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing that you said, right? With men and men, it's the ego clashing, and with women and women,
everything is calm.
It's the attitude. But on the topic of legacy artists, why don't you think we have any iconic artists in Afrobeats that can do a residency? And if we do, how come none of them have done it yet?
Because a lot of them, I believe it's a couple of things, right? Some of them are still think that they are still young, right? Trying to chase after that young crowd, doing things that when you look at it, you'll be like, yo, what the hell are you doing?
What the hell, Leonce?
Yeah, they don't know if they want to be influencers or legacy acts. That's the problem. You know, it's either if you want to be an influencer, become an influencer. Hey, do your thing. But when we know you, if what we respect you for is the music, feed us the music.
New music or old?
Whether new or old.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you don't want to do old no more, curate those, your classics and everything. Yeah. And maybe do one night with whoever you are. You know what I'm saying? One night with this, one night with that. You know what I'm saying? Where your core fans, you know what I mean? The people that watched you grow and all that stuff come together. You can do that city to city and everything. And it doesn't have to be a large crowd as well. You got, I mean, the problem is a lot of these acts don't know who they are currently, where they are when it comes to the standings, and they just have terrible advices around them.
I would add to that and say that because the average listener is so numbers focused now, if a legacy artist was to book a quote unquote smaller venue, maybe 500 or 1,000 in a different city, which is an achievement, by the way, because it's not your local city, the online people will come and drag, oh, so and so is only doing 1,000 when their mate is doing. And so I think the optics of doing a smaller venue is preventing a lot of people actually getting the bag. And when you talk about artists should decide whether they want to be musicians or influencers, I think because the catalog isn't generating income, they're having to sell the, I don't know, slim body tee or the Rolly or the jeweler. I mean, we've all seen them influencing.
Yeah.
And I mean, that they're getting their bag where they can, because I guess the catalog isn't generating the revenue that it should be.
Yep, but then also, they go hand in hand. If it's not generating everything, are you still pushing it? You got me? Like, if you look at someone like Mariah Carey, right? Yeah. Every Christmas we know what we're getting.
Yeah. All I want for Christmas.
You know what I mean? Is you.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. These guys, someone like Two-Face, African Queen. Why have you not remastered African Queen or whatever the case is? Why have you not done a night with Two-Face, Adibia or whatever?
Question though, how many times can he do a night with?
You can do that in Lagos. You can do that in London.
If he spends a year doing, let's say, 52 cities, right? Because there's one a week. Can he keep doing that?
Now, doing that, you can now put out a new song as well around that time, because at that time you are active on social media. Your name is all over the place. People are going to your shows, posting about you and all this kind of stuff, right? So you have to take advantage of that. You got what I mean? And then also invest in like social media advertising and all that kind of stuff. You got me?
These guys don't run ads.
Go on interviews and everything.
Yeah.
They just don't want to do it. Somebody asked the question, why do Nigerians like okay.
While you're doing that question, I just want to quickly finish that thought before we get sidetracked.
Go.
When I compare our artists to artists in different genres, and I'm specifically thinking of maybe like the Las Vegas residency. We've seen Britney Spears do it. We've seen Adele do it. We've seen J-Lo do it. I think one of the things that we're not factoring in is that these guys are actual performers. They will give you a full-scale production. Dancers, pyrotechnics, lights, like soundscaping, colorscaping. It's a thing. And I think amongst us, we talk about a handful of people when we talk about really good performers. And part of the reason why these guys can't go on the road is because they don't have that discipline of being performing artists. They are recording artists, meaning they're good in the booth and they're good at recording, but they're not necessarily performers. And that's one thing. And then the second thing is a lot of them have I don't want to say one-hit wonders, a couple of hits, but maybe not enough to incentivize anyone to come to a 90-minute show. And then the third thing is, okay, let's talk about someone like Adele, right, who has gone to Europe and had these purpose-built venues, like done with like 60, 80,000 people in the middle of nowhere. My babe hasn't dropped an album in 9 years.
Yeah.
And she's not trying to, though.
And
she knows that her catalog is sick. She knows her vocals are sick. She dressed modestly, age appropriate. Her jokes are age appropriate, and she's age appropriate. And I think, to your point earlier, the artists, I don't know, is it identity crisis or midlife crisis?
It is.
They're not owning where they are, and they're missing a whole. I think Kiss Daniel's maybe the only artist that is making mommy and daddy music, which feels
like age appropriate.
But I think everybody else is thinking that the younger guys are where it should be. Whereas the 40-year-olds, the 50-year-olds, the 60-years, they have so much disposable income. Their kids have moved out of the house. They're going on a holiday with their friends. And they have money to come to these shows. Why are they not being targeted? It doesn't make sense to me.
The problem is, half of these guys, James Carton, we're going to come to your question very soon, yeah? Half of these guys, some of these artists, both males and female and everything, right? They don't know. It's like having a drug dealer, right? Yeah, you got me. Just us saying,
talk to me.
I know you for giving me weed.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden, you want to supply me with water, bro? I don't know. I can go to Tesco's. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like these guys don't know if they want to be influencers, make money from Instagram, doing TikTok, whatever, or be artists. That's a problem. Like you can't have it both ways. Right. And then also you might be sexy when you're in your 20s and everything, hitting the gym, all that, building everything. In your 40s, you've been eating pounded yam
Oh god.
all your years and everything. It's
Wow.
not the same. It's not gonna hit the same.
Wow.
You guys
Wow.
saying it's not gonna hit the same. And then 3, you spend money to make money.
Yeah.
You know, these guys, they don't want to spend money in production, in all these things and everything, like to create an experience. They
Yeah.
just want to do a cheap thing, hoping to make however money is gonna make and everything. And sometimes it's not gonna work. Somebody said something to me the other day. Someone said, like, listen, if this is your thing, yeah, you really have to, whether borrow money or whatever the thing is, do it, make that money back, right? And even if you don't make a lot of profit, make something off it, whatever. But you create that experience that people are talking about, and then what's gonna happen is you now attract, investors and all that to do
Right.
a proper thing. Half of these guys, they just don't want to spend money. They are not dropping new music.
Right.
They are not pushing their old music. They want to be influencers. They are, and it's all these things. And yeah, it's easy to blame the fans,
Mm.
but the artists are not also doing what they're supposed to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think in businesses, that whole concept of high risk, high reward, you actually have to do something risky, something out of the box.
Yeah, you gotta push
the boat
yourself.
out.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, just from like a business point of view, when Live Nation and all these other booking agencies, whether it's UTA, CA, whatever, they actually look at the data. And so they will say, okay, you want me to bring you to America to do these festivals, but how many tickets have you actually sold in America? If you haven't done a tour off your own back, if you haven't done even, let's say you just did 500 capacity venues, right?
Yeah.
You now have data to say, hey, I can sell 2,500 tickets. So they will give you a venue
Uh-huh.
that is 2,500 or maybe 3, saying, okay, between last year and this year, we can anticipate you might grow your audience by at least 500. We'll give you a 3K venue, but people think that some fairy somewhere is supposed to know that, okay, this random guy in Nigeria that they don't have any visibility of is going to sell. Like, they don't know this. They're only looking at the numbers. So you have to do a proof of concept and say, hey,
This is what I can do.
And I can prove it with these ticket
Yeah,
sales.
yeah.
Offer me more.
I believe it was, I don't know if you saw the Twitter space where
The UK Afrobeats Twitter space. Oh, TikTok.
yeah. They saw that happen. Did you see that?
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was hilarious when he asked them, yo, when was the last time you did a show and everything? Like, when was the last time you did a thing and all that?
Yeah, so for context, right, for anyone that hasn't seen it, it was a TikTok live with some of the UK Afrobeats OGs. It was like Harms and Flavor, Sonna, Mr. Silver, and Smade actually jumped on.
Smade was in there, yeah.
And Kwams made a very bold statement saying things like, yeah, I'll do a show if you offer me 20,000
Yeah, 20 bags, yeah.
British pounds.
Yeah.
And Smade retorted very sharply and said, when was the last time you did a show?
Yeah.
And now they've actually announced a joint headliner with all of them called
There you go.
Diaspora Sounds, and it's going to be at Earth. And I don't believe they've dropped the date yet, so I won't reveal that. But yeah, they're collaborating. They're coming together to give us a show. But yeah, they were getting dragged in the comments because it was just like, well, forget a show. When was the last time you dropped music?
You drop music. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So James said, why do Nigerians like Davido over Burna Boy? A lot of continental Africans say that his music isn't for them. Like, he's for everybody now. Can you explain this?
You want to go first? It's your show. You go first.
I don't know if people are saying, obviously everybody has their own fans or whatever the case is, and fans are gonna say what fans are gonna say, but I don't think it's a thing where people like Davido over Burna Boy. I don't think that's the case, but I would say that Burna Boy, he's more prone to try some new things, and he's more prone to take a risk, than Davido. Davido knows what works for him. He knows the sound that works for him. He knows the type of music that works for him, and he will stick to that formula. Yes, once in a while he might try some new stuff here and there, but Burna Boy does not mind jumping on some dancehall reggae tune. He doesn't mind jumping on the Zimbabwe, the South African guys. He doesn't mind jumping on the Brazil sound, ta 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 ta, or whatever that song is. You get what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't mind doing stuff like that. So a lot of people might look at it, home base, might look at it and be like, yo, does this guy really, is it catering just for us now, or is it catering for different people? Just like Drake, right? because of how big Burna is, he's not just feeding.
Davido charted before Burna by quite a few years. And so I think just chronologically, people put David ahead of Burna. I think when it comes to big three, depending on the country and the continent, yeah, I mean, Americans might say Burna is their number one Afrobeats artist because he has spent the last couple of years consistently doing shows there, doing features over there, making music that is more hybrid, right? Whereas in the UK, we might say it's Wizkid because, you know, he has, before his major blow, he blew in London and we feel like he's one of us.
Yeah.
Whereas on the continent, again, depending on the fan base, depending on the country, it could be any one of the three. So yeah, I think I take umbrage with that statement. I don't know that I completely agree, but you found the clip, so let's play it.
Yeah, I hope it's this one. Let me just check it out real quick. Yeah, it should be this one.
In the studio with a song with maybe The Weeknd or Post Malone or Drake, on paper it's going to be huge. And I say to people all the time, I'm like, bro, we've done these things before. The biggest Davido songs are the Davido solo songs or Afrobeat features where Davido brings people into his own world. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. We've done this thing many times. You guys have put budget behind this. Like, for example, there are many times where they'll say, oh, I think David gets on this feature will really help this and help that. I'm like, yeah, obviously it will, but it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. This is a man who has stood by his African heritage and built his brand in a certain way. So you now making him go and sing a pop song with some person, obviously will open up to a new market, but in terms of his core audience and core fan base buying into it, there's a disconnect. Yeah. Like I've witnessed that so many times with different artists with like,
yeah. So you get what I'm saying? Because I do believe that there's substance to what he's saying. That's the reason why whenever he collabs with Chris Brown,
it works.
They always come into Davido's world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it works.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he knows, I believe, and to me, that's the reason why you also have to be smart, right? He's very smart. He knows what works for him.
I think as well, someone like Chris Brown has proven, not just with Davido, but with Lil J, that he understands how to ride the Afrobeat. I think a lot of the other, especially American collaborations that we've seen not do so well is because it just sounds awkward. They're not in the right pocket.
Yeah.
A lot of Afrobeats, without getting too technical, is very much in the syncopation of it. It's the 1 and 2. We're in the and. Whereas Americans are on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Afrobeats is in the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And because they are on the, I don't even want to, like the classical beat, it doesn't always work. And I think for David and to Asa's point, why fix something that's not broken? And also, let's not forget, obviously, David was born in America and he's an American Nigerian, etc., etc. But I think apart from his core audience being
Africans,
yeah, I think he himself knows that he sounds best on Afrobeats.
Yes.
Whereas obviously Burna being Afrofusion, if we're using those two as comparison, because that was the question. The whole element of fusion is the fact that he prides himself on being able to mix genres with Afro. And also don't forget he grew up here too. And also don't forget his first, I would say, couple of projects were very bashment, reggae inspired and infused, and even sometimes straight dancehall.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I did that accent. Sorry about that. But yeah, so I think the reason why he's able to do those other genres so fluidly is because that's how he started.
Absolutely. I agree with you on that. You know, well, back to a conversation. I saw a video the other day. It kind of made me sad a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about one of our legends because we were talking about legend and everything.
Okay, can we confirm? Legends are people that are dead, right? Icons are people that are alive.
We also have living legends, no?
But that's why we say living legends, because legends is naturally someone that is dead.
I think so.
Okay, so let's say icon.
Icon.
Please.
Okay. One of our icons and everything. Let me find the video real quick. And yeah, this is it right here. I'm just gonna put it up and everything. We are talking about Tiwa Savage. So she was on live and everything, and this is what obviously happened. Check it out.
My Alpha and Omega, this industry is filled with so much darkness. I wish you guys knew. So much, but I thank God that I've just kept my eyes on him. I haven't fallen. When I put out the track list, I saw so many people saying, she doesn't have this person. She's not featuring that person. She doesn't have big names from America. She doesn't have this. She doesn't have A-listers. And they've just automatically concluded that because I don't have that on the album, it's not going to be good. Like, wow. I wish people understood music the way I understand music. Yeah, I don't have huge cosigns. I don't. And I wasn't actively seeking huge cosigns. All I have is all I have, isn't it? All I have is all I have. All I have is all I have, and that's me. The people who are willing to work with me, and the music. It's 2 minutes to go.
It's kind of depressing to kind of watch and everything. She looks like she's defeated and broken and everything, especially saying all I have is all I have, and people that are willing to work with me and everything. Like, in my opinion, she's an icon,
There
right?
we go.
And you should be able to work with various artists. And like, you have the clout and the cachet and everything to be like, hey, listen, I want to work together. And the producers should be like, yo, that's an icon. Like, yeah, I'm down for it and everything. I'm wondering what is the disconnect behind the scenes, and why is it that she looks and feels this way? What is the problem?
Yeah, so I watched the live. It was about 5 minutes to midnight just before the project drop, and she said a whole lot more. So obviously these clips are very specific to the issues that she's been facing in the industry. But I think one, if Drake dropped a project with no features, I mean, didn't we have Kendrick or someone do this very recently? And nobody was questioning why they didn't have any features, because they are the icon, they are the GOAT, so they don't need the cosign. So the fact that, you know, she's even responded to that makes me feel a type of way, because if you are, and you are the queen of Afrobeats, Africa's #1 bad girl, you don't need it. But then also don't forget that in the pandemic, when Black is King, the Beyonce Afrobeats project dropped, and she had Keys to the Kingdom, which is a song that she performed for Prince Charles's coronation. Remember, she got dragged because she was asking Beyonce and the family to get behind Sorosoke and the whole And she went on live and she was just like, we need Americans, we need everyone in the world to be backing us. And she got dragged for calling out someone that we know that she worked with, because they have a song together on the project. I think there was a bit of, I don't want to say reputational damage, but there was it left a bitter taste. Like, okay, maybe you feel you need the cosign when we don't see that. You are our icon. When it comes to female Afrobeats artists, you're the standard, you're the GOAT, and so I'm wondering what's happened to feed that insecurity. Like we've just said, she's in the comments. Stop that immediately.
You shouldn't even be doing you shouldn't even be doing this.
But I've seen, I don't want to say younger artists, I've seen Gen Z artists go on at 5 minutes to saying, hey guys, at midnight my project is out. So it is a PR activity, it's a strategy. Whether she's too big for it, I don't know. We've seen David do it when he dropped his albums. Burna doesn't do it. Wizkid obviously doesn't do it because Wiz doesn't really do socials.
Yeah, but they don't come out to say, you know, I'm working with people that want to work with me, you know, oh Lord in
I think
heaven.
it was intentional.
Oh Lord in heaven, only if you know how bad the industry is. Like, you're an icon. We don't want to see you like you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever it is. But now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be human.
Right.
You should be human and everything.
But why I think it was intentional is this whole project is it's called This One Is Personal. And the whole tagline is, I'm being more vulnerable than I've ever been. And so, I mean, she started off the live by saying, hey, look, guys, I'm on live and my team don't even know I'm doing this. They're seeing the notification the same time you are. And because this project is so personal to me, I want to be vulnerable and honest on this live. And this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I haven't dropped music in X amount of years. I feel like I've been this and that. And you know, women in the industry aren't respected. And she was very, very honest. And you disagree. You don't think she should have been?
You definitely can be honest. If there's anything, let me see you discuss that in an interview, right? I don't want to see you do that in life by 12 midnight because you should be
You're strict.
you got me. You should be sleeping and everything, bro. You got what
No,
I'm
the
saying?
project is
And
out. She's up.
yeah, no, true. But then at the same time, if there's anything, if the project is out and everything, and you're up, right? Like whatever you put out there is what people are gonna gravitate to, right? Let's see you excited for your project. You get what I mean? Because if you're down for it, like it doesn't put out any motivation for someone to go check it out. Now, the people that are not gonna check it out are not gonna check it out regardless of what you do.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But the optics in itself, right, to me, does not sit well with me. Also,
You're about to talk about the bonnet, aren't you? And the glasses. I can see you.
Exactly.
I can see your train of thought.
you got me. You read my mind on that.
Yeah.
You got what I'm saying? Like the optics in itself just does not look good. You got what I'm saying?
I'm not challenging you, but I want to just bring another conversation in. Cardi B regularly goes on live with her bonnet, with her nails broken, eating food, and her whole brand
and
is
just talking shit.
Yeah.
And she's funny.
And I think that's maybe where the difference is. I'm not going to say disconnect because Cardi B's brand is built on being relatable and being conversational. When she started on reality TV, she has that rapport with the audience already. I think Tiwa is revered so highly that this feels too relatable. This feels like, oh, actually, we want some mystique when it comes to you. We don't want to see you like this.
We respect Tiwa.
Okay.
Let's be honest right now. We expect a certain demographic expect her, like watching her be who she is and then watching her grow and all that kind of stuff. We respect her, but I don't think this new kids give a fuck about her, bro.
Oh.
That's a whole fact. Like, which goes back to our conversation. You kind of need to understand your crowd, know your supporters, cater to them. Now, these new kids, if they are smart enough, if they respect the culture or the genre, whatever you want to call it, to go research on their legends and everything, they'll do that. I believe you see that all the time, right? Even in hip hop and everything. Like you see some people say, "Oh, Kodak Black is more, it's a better rapper than Kendrick, or this person is better than Jay-Z and everything," right? Cool. Like, it's the new kids that are saying it. Like, every generation has their legends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You are not going to be the legend for every generation. That's a whole fact. Like, but us, we know the work that you've done. The problem goes back to artists don't know if they want to be influencers or if you want to be an artist.
I actually think it's the statement you said just before that, which is these our Afrobeats artists aren't allowed to become icons. They have a pressure to feel like they want to be relevant in perpetuity, forever and ever and ever.
A social media era.
And I think someone like D'banj has been able to stay relevant because he's pivoted out of, I know you just touched on the fact he dropped a project, but the Coco Master brand is so big that he can host an award show or he can sing at a wedding or he can drop music, and it's because he's the Coco Master that we're tapped in. I think some of our artists, maybe in his generation, just before and just after, haven't figured that out. And so when he drops music, I like you said, it wasn't really pushed. To me, it was a passion project. It's because he's at heart is a musician, so he wants to drop music.
You see what I do, yeah.
But I think these other artists haven't expanded to the point where, and this isn't for Tiwa, this is for everyone and no one at the same time. These artists haven't figured out whether they should still be making music or whether they should lean into the fact that they are iconic and they should just be doing, like we said, residencies or tours or shows or, I don't know, brand ambassadorship. Maybe they should be influencers.
Yeah. I mean, you can be an influencer without trying to do the
influencing.
The kind of
you can be a person of influence without being an influencer.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I personally think that they should still be dropping music because in other genre, it's only in our genre that we don't want, or rather we don't expect them to drop music. If you go to rock and roll, their icons are still dropping music. If you go to jazz, they are still doing R&B. Like, they're still, you know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
something, you just said the important part. They're still dropping music, but they're not necessarily chasing chart positions. They're happy
they're not. Yeah.
knowing that they are iconic artists.
Yeah.
They're making music to feed their core fans, but they're not trying to be number one, number two, number three. And I think, again, the big three conversation corrupts the whole thing, because I mean, even at her live show, she did a live show on Friday to celebrate the project dropping, and she was just like, well, F the big three.
Yeah, like you shouldn't even be talking about that. You should just
we think it's beneath her because we respect her so highly. I think
like you shouldn't really, because once you say that, you might not be salty, but once you say that, people are gonna obviously troll you, because some people will be like, oh now you're hating now, you're a hater. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't give them nothing to kind of misconstrue or trying to tag that on you that you're hating. Like, you shouldn't say for the big trip, because once you say that, and a lot of people attack her for that, people now will start bringing up Thames or Ira Star or Tyla. Oh, you're hating on the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're an icon. You've done all that already. Now, some of it was on camera, some of it was not before social media, but you are her, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to compete with the new crowd. The new crowd do their thing and everything, and you come in if you need to come in. And then also the type of music as well. Like, it's just so many things. And it's
okay. Wait,
and,
talk
and
about
it's
that.
not just,
The music now. You don't think it's more mature? Like, this whole project is basically an R&B album.
Yeah.
She's not trying to do Lambo music like she was trying to do a year or two ago. So you don't think she's heard feedback from people like yourself saying, okay, I'm gonna mature the sound a bit?
She has. But if I'm Tiwa,
I knew there was a but. Go on.
if I'm Tiwa, if I was advising her, you know what I'll do? I'll call her into the studio, or I'll visit her and everything. I will put on that performance that she did for Prince Charles.
Yeah.
And said, this is who you are right now.
Iconic.
Curate this, build on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to do a show in the O2, the Royal Albert Hall and everything, yes, we might have maybe a year or two to get there now, but listen, let's work on this image and just get there. Look at Adele. You know what I'm saying? Leave all the extra things.
And are you saying this because she's 45? Or are you saying this because she's 10 years in the business? Why are you saying this? Why should she be pivoting to a more mature aesthetic?
Because of your age as well. Because this also happens to guys as well. When guys that are older trying to do some young people shit, it comes across goofy, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It comes across goofy.
Are you calling Tiwa goofy?
No, I'm not calling her goofy. I'm talking about the guys that do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if I see oh yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, if I see some guys, let's say, maybe, okay, you know what? The reason why Jay-Z is so relatable, even in his 50s, right, is the type of music that he does and what he says in the music. Does that make sense? Like,
do you think Gen Z think he's relatable?
No.
But he's not trying to target.
But he's not trying. He's not targeting them. That's not his target audience.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Like, forget about, just know your base, target them from age this to age that, and just do that mature shit. You get what I'm saying? All the other stuff, just forget about it. And the people that are gonna gravitate towards you are gonna gravitate towards you, and it is what it is. And that's the reason why one of my favorite, one of my favorite artists out there is Usher.
Love Usher. One of my favorite projects from the continent, full stop, was the one that was it V, where she's got Ocean, she's got it's a blue cover.
I'm like, are you talking about Usher?
Are you saying Usher or Asher?
Usher.
ASA.
ASA.
Yeah. I think she dropped the project in 2021. It's got show me off on it. Show you off on it. It's got Ocean on it. It's got you'll see it now. It's called V. I'm so sure it's called V. Me, I know my music. Yes, now V.
Yeah, V. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. This is still my favorite right here.
Her first.
What? This I still listen to this till today. 2008. Wait,
but see,
do you know this album?
You've gone back to 2008. I've told you her last project.
Yeah.
This is a multi-generational artist.
That's my point.
You've gravitated to that because that's when you found her. I gravitated to this because this was us coming out of the pandemic, and she was still giving us pandemic tempo music. And I was like, Asha, this is great.
And she still sells out.
She does. She did Royal Albert Hall this year, a couple of months ago.
That's my point.
Sold out.
That's my point. And the mainstream did not really carry it.
But that's my point as well. She is a performing artist, not just a recording artist. She's not chasing the charts. She knows her core audience. She does similar size venues every 2 or 3 years. But we know we're gonna have a time. Production's gonna be sick. Her vocals are gonna be great. Yeah,
You got me? Like, that's my point. She knows who she is. She knows her sounds.
Yeah.
She knows her audience.
Yeah.
She's not trying to get become who she's not and everything.
Sorry,
and
I was just checking that the songs I said were correct. So Ocean is on there. Show Me Off is on there. I forgot that she did IDG with Wizkid as well.
Listen. That's my point. That's exactly my point. Like, it's so matured and everything, curated for the matured audience.
But she's always been like this.
She's always been like this.
A bit more folk leaning, very instrumentation based, not necessarily chasing pop music. And so this feels true to her.
Yeah. Unless if you're really into music, you probably, a lot of people have not even heard her name before.
That's
the thing.
insane.
Yeah, a lot of people
Insane.
A lot of people don't even know who she's about. Whenever she comes to the UK or she's in Paris and everything, she sells out the Royal Albert Hall.
What they've done
Just like
really
that.
well, her team, is when you go to these shows, 80% white.
That's my point.
80% white.
That is exactly my point.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why I said, she should sit down with her team. Her team will play her performance for Prince Charles and be like, this is what we are gunning for. Forget about Shake Body.
How many songs does she have though that can lean into that type of performance? Because Keys to the Kingdom, which is again the song she did with Beyonce, works because it's like it's not even mid tempo. It's kind of slow, and so it gives itself to that regal performance. Somebody's Son, Kele Kele Love, these romantic, all these songs don't give themselves to, like, they are shake body songs.
Yeah, but now this is the thing though, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the thing where you kind of have to, with a live performance, you can work on anything and change.
Yeah,
the
do a
sound.
live arrangement. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can do that. And it bogs my mind why or how a lot of these artists, have not really invested into live performances.
It's expensive. That's all it is. I tell you, I'll be so real. When Adekunle Gold toured the US, I believe he went with like a 6-man band. And the cost factor wasn't just of flying 6 people plus him, plus the tour manager, plus the driver, plus whatever. It was also the cost of taking the instruments with them. Like, I was speaking to his driver because we had the same driver. For context, I went on tour with Oxlade last year. We did 30 cities across Canada and the US, and it was the same promoter. We used Duke Concept. Shout out to you. And yeah, the driver was saying to me that on the back of their I don't want to call it a van, but on the back of the tour bus, they had to hitch a whole thing that had all the instruments in it. It's expensive. People don't want to spend. They don't want to spend for the people. They don't want to spend. And also, you need a different type of sound engineer. If it's just someone that's a DJ and lead vocal, not any mixer, but most mixers will get that balance right. If you have a 6-piece band, you're having to make sure that you've got the backline, that each person is on the right channel, that the levels are fine, that it's not just drums or it's not just guitar. It's expensive.
It's very expensive. So how does Burna Boy do it then?
He's making money. He's making he's making money. And also, I think because he has a reputation as the best live performer in the industry,
Like this is my standard. If
he can't dip it, he can't. He can't even try to dip it. But then, I mean, someone like Rema, when he did his O2 show, Rema has it that his setup, like the actual stage production, cost $100,000. He invested into the aesthetics of it.
Yeah.
When you and we know that Ashake also reportedly spent the same amount when he did the O2 the year before. You have to be sure that you're going to make that money back. 100K is not small money.
Not for you. Yeah, of course.
So if you don't think you can sell 100K worth of tickets just to break even, talk less of trying to make a profit, you're not going to invest in it. But also, a lot of artists don't care.
To me, I don't like the people that don't care. Now the people that are talking about money, obviously, you know where you are on the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. You get what I'm saying? But if it's that, I might hear it. But if it's like a thing that you do not care, because when I look at some artists today, they should have it. Like, if we're talking about the big 3 or whatever, they should have like an in-house band that they travel with, especially if you have a quote unquote a private plane. You get what I'm saying? If you have like, because you sorted out the transportation already.
Okay, so we know Burna Boy has the Outsiders. And he's been with them. I think his current band. Some people have moved in and out, but he's been performing with the same guys for 7, maybe 8 years. There was a period where Davido was only performing with the composers.
Yes.
And then obviously, as their brand grew, I guess they ended up parting ways, and so
it became too expensive. Well,
they might have become, anyway. That's for them. And then also Ashake started using the composers and a few other people.
Yeah.
And then Wiz also changed bands, and I think he was probably the last person to jump on the live band trend. He has a band now, the same guys that you saw him do remember when he did YouTube Day in the Life, and we followed him all the way to preparing for that show. So that band is who he uses now. But yeah, you're right. I think at that caliber or at that level, you should have a standard.
You should have a standard band with you. You know what I mean? The rehearse and everything, like a team. Everybody knows everybody's staying. Everybody knows your body language, your signings and everything. You look back, they already know what to do. And
but Burna's setup is so different because, most artists will perform with in-ears where they can hear themselves, they can hear the track. A lot of time, Burna just does it with the wedges. So those are just the speakers on the stage. Obviously, the bigger the venue, the less you can do that because the sound bounces and there's a delay or what have you. But he's so in sync with his team that they can do a locking session, they can rehearse, he can come, and because they've done all the arrangements, they've done the transitions, they've practiced, they can just flow. And they know themselves. So you're gonna perform with someone for 8 years.
You know yourself,
and you won't know that when he does his shoulder like this, he wants you to do. Come on,
he already knows and everything. And to me, that's what comes with that and everything. But you mentioned wizkid, and in my opinion, I call it. This is the most active I've seen wizkid in a very long time. In music wise, like his features, like every week something new is dropping. Like he's on something new, and when I look at it, I love it because that's always been my critics of him and all that. Like it kind of felt a bit too laid back. Like he's comfortable where he's at. I don't know whether it's because of the success of Essence, whatever the case is, but it kind of felt that way. He drops an album, he doesn't do interviews, he doesn't really push it that way. It's like, all right, cool. If it does numbers, it does numbers. If it doesn't, it is what it is. But then now, it feels that he's active. You know what I'm saying? He's doing songs with Young John now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so this week he dropped a track with Young John. Last week he had the song with DJ Tunes and Folla. The week before that he had Dynamite with Tyla.
Yeah.
The week before, so the last, I'd say, month, maybe 6 weeks, he's had a release every week.
Yeah, he's been very active, and I absolutely love it. You know what I mean? The tour thing and everything, obviously, hopefully he's able to go on tour and all that, because I've always said that talent-wise, he does not lack in that department at all. But I think maybe because the talent comes so easy, and when something comes so easy like that, sometimes
you don't feel like you need to work
you kind of don't feel like you need to work too hard for it, if that makes sense. But then also I recognize that the music is always different from the music business.
I also think Burna has set up this model which a lot of the pop guys do, where they drop a project, they go on tour immediately. See, someone like Beyonce did it with Renaissance and then Cowboy Carter. And I think Afrobeats has tried to adopt the same model, but we forget that there's this thing called buyer fatigue, where if the project isn't my favorite project and I just saw you last year, I'm not as incentivized to see you this year, especially if it's not going to be like a once in a lifetime experience. People went to go and see Cowboy Carter with Beyonce, even if they weren't a fan of the project, because they know that performance is going to be a once in a lifetime experience, because Beyonce sells the live experience. I don't think we have more than 2 or 3 artists that do that.
That has that, yeah.
And so that's one. But then 2, if you haven't proven yourself to be a great live artist, I'm not incentivized to go and watch you. And then 3, and maybe most importantly, if the acts and the promoters and the whoever else aren't in sync, and everybody is doing shows in the same week or the same month, if I've got choice, I'm going to go to just my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not about to burn a hole through my pocket, especially in a cost of living crisis.
Oh, bless him, bro. I know.
This year has been really slow for shows, I think, for that reason. And a lot of the guys, I think this is the first year, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you've said that quite a lot this show. We haven't been as obsessed with sold out culture this year, because many people haven't even nearly, they can't have even pretended with the turnout or the footage that they have.
Nah.
And so I think it's been a needed reality check that you can't just rest on your laurels and just do what you've always done. You have to keep evolving to keep the audience engaged. Otherwise, they will move on.
Absolutely. And also, do you think that we are going through some sort of a, well, I say transition period because
Yeah.
because the culture was singing, Afrobeat to the world and all those, all those sort of things. Do you think that there's like a fatigue right now?
I think we are at the beginning of our renaissance, to use a French word, where you have to get to a lull period. You have to get to a period where it plateaus before you're forced to reinvent yourself. I think a lot of people, and I've said this to you before, a lot of people are tired of the I'm a piano infused or influenced or inspired sounds, and everybody's waiting for what's the next phase of Afrobeats.
Yeah.
And then you have some people that are a bit afraid to drop music in case it bombs, and so they're forcing themselves to just rinse and repeat sounds that have worked for them in the past.
Right.
Other people don't want to be that pioneer because, again, there's no assurance or guarantee, so they're just
That's gonna work,
dropping music that could have been released 2 or 3 years ago, so it's not sounding fresh. And for that reason, we've had a year of not that many hits.
Yeah, because this is what Joey Arkins said. I saw
my
that.
favorite. Love him. Hi, Joey, if you're watching. We
He
love
goes,
you.
hey, yeah, man, listen. My man said, foreigners saw you making music for your home, fell in love with your novel authenticity, essence, and how it moved your people. Once they started giving you money, you said to ruin your working formula, deny and disparage your people, and cater exclusively to foreigners. They, in turn, routinely rejected this new and unfamiliar thing you've created for them. They've stopped giving you money, and now you are all back to square one, making music for Nigerians. Exactly what you were supposed to do. The story of Afrobeats to the world is one of self-denial, creative misdirection, and a lack of cultural commitment to ourselves.
Do you agree?
Absolutely.
One word. Go on, unpack that. Why?
Absolutely, because it's so funny, right? We had what was working. We had our sound. Now, obviously, some people are gonna come with some new things, kind of tweak and all that kind of stuff, right? But we had what was working. But I think a lot of artists, for the chase of a bigger market, money, fame, and everything, I think they did things that kind of took away from the source that they had that was working. I don't want to name names and everything, but there are artists that, you know what? Let me name this guy. I still love him. I still think that he is so talented.
Go on. Who is it?
I don't think he lost anything in talent, but in my opinion, and I might be wrong, that was like what happened to him, Fireboy.
Continue.
Right? When Fireboy came out, he had the Peru and everything. Like, it was going. He was doing this thing. But he started trying out new stuff. And trying out new stuff means you are stepping away a little bit from this formula that you have. And if this new stuff does not really hit the way it should, you go what I mean?
Right.
That's what usually happens. And the worst thing that can happen is to allow the narrative of you falling off grow legs. You know what I'm saying? Because once it becomes a thing in the blogs or on social media and everything, it will grow legs. I don't think he has fallen off musically. I think he's one of the best talented guys out there. Like, I think he's still him. But you could tell that there was a little slump that kind of happened a little bit. You know what I mean? In my opinion,
some people don't blame that on the music though. Some people blame that on the label focusing on Ashake instead of him. So
I mean, yes, Ashake. What happened? Ashake from 2022, 21, 22.
22, yeah.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
Solid.
Yeah, you see, what happened to 50 Cent when 50 Cent came out with Get Rich or Die Trying? Everybody just kind of gave way, like, all right, cool. Like, you can't do nothing with this. What is this? I don't think the label was prepared for what Ashake did for them 2 years. You know what I mean? I looked at that myself. I was like, this guy could not miss.
I would say though that the responsibility of a label is to service your whole roster, and so if you're focusing on one at the expense of the other, that means you're not working as a label, you're working as an individual. That doesn't make sense to me.
In theory, I agree with you. In theory, yes.
But from a business perspective, you're going to invest in what is the most profitable product. And if we're looking at both artists like products, then Ashake was at the time the most.
Yep.
I would also say I agree with Joey to a degree, because I have found that when these artists are trying to make music that caters to the foreign audience, it loses its authenticity.
It does.
And so it becomes so wishy-washy that it's not African enough for us at home. It's not foreign enough for those in the abroad. And so what you end up doing is alienating two of your core bases, meaning that you hit no one. And so people can see, like you said, something that is inauthentic from a mile away. Like you said, is goofy. And so I think with a lot of the artists in their pursuit of chasing the bag, because again, foreign markets are deemed more profitable, they have lost what has made them them. The songs that have been David's, as an example, Davido's biggest songs in America are still If and Fall, and they're the most Afro pop songs ever. When he's done well with, like we said, Chris Brown with and Blow My Mind, again, they have been Afro beats, and it's been the other artists jumping onto them. And I think a lot of other artists have kind of lost their way with that, where they've tried to make an American sounding song. But why would I listen to a Nigerian trying to sound American when I can just listen to an American who is an American?
That's where the problem is, and that's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah, and they're more relatable and it's more authentic, and just everything is just, the connectivity is so much stronger because they're not impersonating, they're not an imposter. And I think for that same reason, the reason why the Afrobeat songs that are Afrobeats do better is because they're not impersonating, they're not an imposter. So I can see you looking through Fireboy's catalog. LTG is probably, I can say it, it's probably the best debut album from an Afrobeats artist of all time. And this was so good. Scatter, it had Jealous. Did it have Jealous? Maybe I'm thinking of, I think maybe Jealous was on the one before.
No, it does. Yeah,
oh, yeah, Jealous. It's got King. King is the one that he also did with Oxlade. Oh no, maybe that was Legend. But yeah, Fireboy, love him.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, to me, that's what usually happens and everything. And I do understand the need of trying to break into new markets and everything, you know, but in my opinion, you kind of don't have to make it too obvious, because once you make it too obvious, your base might start feeling a bit salty and everything. And
you know what?
And
it can be obvious. You just have to carry your crowd along with you. You can't do one audience in exchange for another at the expense of the other. You have to carry everybody along, and it's hard because
it's very hard.
And it has to be very deliberate, and it has to be very intentional. It has to be consistent. I think a lot of people haven't done that brave. They haven't done the brave work of dropping new sounds this year because they don't want to be used as an example of someone that didn't blow or didn't pivot or didn't grow. But I think you have to be brave.
Absolutely.
And you have to be brave consistently and be like, okay, this is the new sound, and maybe I'll add a bit of Lambo, or maybe I'll add a bit of Pigeon, or maybe I'll do one foreign song and then the next one will be a more local hit. Someone like Burna has actually done that very well. Every single year he's made sure to collaborate with a local artist that is popping. So last year he did obviously Shea Vibes, the year before he did Asha Care, and that's how he's able to keep his thumb on the pulse of what's happening in Nigeria, even while he's chasing even while he is penetrating other markets. There we go. Let me use the right language. I don't need the outsiders to drag me.
You get me? Like talking about outside, man. You saw what happened to Tyla and everything.
You tell me what
I heard what you said about Tyla, because
what did I say about Tyla?
Listen. I got the receipt, man.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I got the receipt.
You're about to pull something up?
Listen, I got the receipt and everything. Yeah.
Oh dear.
This was because of her EP.
Yeah. Okay. You're actually on my social media.
Listen, I had to look for it real quick. I said, you know, I'm just gonna find this real quick.
There we go. Who's that gorgeous girl?
I know. Look at you. Let's go with what you said.
Was Tyla really a flop? Caveat, I think that the public having access to back-end data has been the undoing of music. Let's discuss three things that are definitely missing from the overall conversation, specifically about the unit sale. Hi, I'm Gracey Mae. I am a music executive. I've been in the business for over 10 years, specializing in African music.
Yeah.
I am a member of the Grammys, the Brits, the Mobos, and the BETs as a voting member. My experience in this journey, having interviewed over 300 artists, having represented artists for hundreds of campaigns, enables me to kind of add a little bit of sauce. A lot of us have been discussing whether this is the fallout of her referring to herself as coloured.
In South Africa, my race is called coloured.
You've seen the eloquent and elaborate responses that basically say that now that black culture has been democratized, it's not just centered on what African Americans, in fact, foundational black Americans think blackness is. There's a nuance and a difference in meaning. When a South African person says that they are coloured, there's a lot of give and take that needs to happen there. Okay, we've spoken about that. And I want to unpack 3 points that I think were completely missing when it comes to this conversation. 1, Tyla dropped a 4-track EP. It had 1 feature. wizkid. If Tyla is attempting to break Black America, I think we're missing something. And that would be either more features or a feature that already has Black American in a chokehold. Number 2, this is called the proof of concept. As a business owner, once you have been developing a product, you want to put it through a testing phase to see whether the positioning works. A lot of conversation has revolved around the fact that maybe this project didn't have as much marketing budget behind it. And I actually think this is intentional. They've spent the last year to 18 months building up Tyla, given her prime positioning when it comes to awards and when it comes to brand affiliation. You would have seen the Gap ad. You would have also seen the Boast. On top of that, she has performed on all of the Jimmys, the Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon. She's done Coachella. I really think this was a test of, can she stand on her own? And number 3, I don't think any of the Black new girls are really holding it down like that. Let's have that conversation. And I'm so sorry, I don't want to name drop, but a lot of girls recently have been struggling to find their footing. And I understand that considering Tyla is Black in this conversation, when the coloured P has been a huge sticking point, is maybe disingenuous. I want to be honest and say that I think that listener habits have changed dramatically, and the powers that be are still figuring out how to really position young Black women in music. I'm in the editing suite and realised I missed a really important question. What numbers would look like success to you? I know I've offended a couple of people with this take, and I am willing and open to being corrected. So if you've got a different opinion, comment down below. 3,007.
All right.
So how I'll start with the question, right? 3,700 sales in her opening weekend. Did Tyla really flop?
That was a flop, yeah.
Go on.
That was a flop because, especially in the numbers world now. Now, I'm not a big number fan and everything. As long as the music is good for me, that's all that matters to me, right? But there are people that are numbers people like DJ Academics and all that, right? And when you look at the numbers, the streaming numbers and everything, yeah, we, unfortunately, if you're not hitting the 50,000 mark or 100K a week or whatever the case is, it is viewed as a flop.
Right, I'm gonna while you're talking,
3,700 units sold in her opening week.
Thank you, Gracey. Somebody actually, because I did ask, okay, so what numbers would look good to you? And somebody did respond saying that same 100K number.
Yeah.
And so I actually pulled up some receipts because I was like, these numbers don't even make sense, because even the good guys, this is this person, there we go. Even the good guys aren't making that, right? Bad Bunny's project sold 122,000 and he's Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Clips, and you use them as a benchmark as one of the best albums this year, on 118,000.
Yeah.
So if 100K is what we're saying is great, and these two are huge artists compared to Tyla, I think our perception of what good looks like is actually really warped.
Yes and no. The reason being, when you look at the clips of everything, yeah, hip hop is sort of like in a box on his own, right? And do their own thing. So that's aside. But when you look at Tyla, when people look at the success of Water, yeah, and the success of, the year that she had where she was winning all different types of awards and everything, yeah, at the end of the day, we are in the era of what was your last result or what have you done lately? So people will look at that, and when you now come out and do 3,000, yeah, automatically people are going to call that a flop, because this is the standard here. Now, she's here right now with a 3K. Let's say she drops a project and she hits 50K or 100K, whatever it might be, right? That is going to be the benchmark for, you know what I mean,
while
for the
I
future.
agree, the reason why Water was such a phenomenon is because it's not every day. Like, the whole point that the reason why we made such a big deal out of it is because it's not supposed to be normal that you get water types of numbers.
Mm.
Like that it's a mega hit, and I think it's anything less than that was going to be a flop because you can't repeat that.
It's
You
so
can't.
you know, it's
You
so
can't.
crazy you said that, right? If I'm an artist, yeah, because I'm a trend guy, I look at trends and everything. If I'm an artist, I wouldn't want that sort of huge record
Yeah, because it's pressure and it sets you up for failure. Everything less than that
all
is
the
going to
time.
be a failure.
All the time. Look at 50 with his first album, or
Get Rich or Die Trying.
yeah, or in the club, especially in the club.
Yeah.
You got me. He couldn't hit that again, and from there it was going down slowly.
But
right?
you know, 21 Questions still did okay.
It still did okay, but people will always say
in the club.
you
is
did not
his-
hit like in the club.
Right.
Essence, wizkid, right? In my opinion, is a blessing and a curse,
Huge hit.
right? Essence, because of how huge it is, it made him this global superstar and all this kind of stuff, right? But then you can never hit that essence again. You can never hit that benchmark again. And once if you don't do that going forward, people will now say, "Oh, you're falling off. You're falling off. You're falling off. You're falling
But
off."
you know why I
right?
think Wiz is an
Last
exception.
the same. Last the same as well.
Okay, so I can't give you a Burna example because I
Okay.
think last controversially might have been I'm gonna say it was Burna's Burna hasn't topped that, right? But if we look at Wiz's career, and I can do the same thing for Burna, but every couple of years Wiz has an essence. So Ojo Elegba was the one before that, right? Before that, it was probably something from the Ayo or Superstar album. Maybe Don't Dole or Paco Romero. Every couple of years, Wiz has an essence.
So are you
Maybe
talking
not
about
an American breaking essence. And I think part of my video was that we need to stop using America as the benchmark of success. Numbers on numbers. If it's 100K in Nigeria, 100K in America, numbers on numbers. And to my point, I know because we see America as the benchmark of media and entertainment, everybody wants to blow that. I think that foreign validation is why we are losing our sound and losing ourselves. But that's by the by. I think the reason why people have been so specific with this Tyla thing is because they've only been focused on themselves in America. 3,700 was her opening weekend just in the States. That's not the global sales. And the reason why everyone has jumped on this bandwagon is because one, it's clickbaity, so they're gonna get the views. But two, like in reality, of the 4 tracks on the EP, she'd already released 2. How many more tracks? How much did you want her to sell with no features? And yes, you're right. She had the prime positioning. She had the award. She had the Nike deal, the Bose deal. She had everything. Gap. I mean, I don't want to repeat what I just said in the video because I think I said it so eloquently.
Yeah. No, you did.
But it's going to be hard to top that with a project that is just her.
Yeah. No. I hear that. But you said something just before I forget.
Please.
Right. You made a point, which, in a way, I agree, but in a way, I disagree. Right.
About America being the benchmark.
Yes.
Go on.
Personally, I don't put America as the benchmark. Right. Now, the industry, the artists do. So if everybody wants to tell me that it is Afrobeats to the world, and this person is bigger than, I see people say, yo, Burna Boy and Wizkid, they are as big as Drake and all that stuff. All right, cool, fine, have that. You know what I'm gonna do now? I will have to now grade them with the world superstars, the Drakes, the Beyoncés, and all them people. You get what I'm saying? Like, to me, we cannot pick and choose when it favors us and when it doesn't.
The sentiment of Afrobeats to the world, though, is more about the invasionism of African music being just as good quality-wise.
Yeah.
Numbers-wise,
no, we're not there. We're not there.
And you know why we can't be there without being that boring, geeky person that's going to give you the stats? In Nigeria, 40% of people have internet. Right? So if you're looking at whether they have Spotify numbers or Apple numbers, you're not going to see it because 60% of people are not on DSPs. 1. 2, the pricing of these platforms is so extortionate for locals, they're not there. 3, and maybe most importantly, our listening habits are so different on the continent. People still lean into radio, still lean into TV before they go on DSP. So if you're looking at DSP numbers as the benchmark, it's never going to be fair. 4, piracy is still huge on the continent. You have hawkers that will download something from, I don't know, NigerLoaded.com, burn it onto a CD, and they're still selling them in the street. Like, people still use CD players predominantly more than digital streaming. So I don't think digital streams will ever truly show the listening habits on the continent. That's one part of it. But then the second part of it is, if we're saying Afrobeats to the world, I still don't think that means Afrobeats to America, which is what this conversation sounds like. It means Afrobeats in Sweden and Norway and Denmark, which we're seeing them headline festivals there. It means, I mean, these guys are going to Japan. I believe Rema, Ruga, a bunch of people.
India and all them places, yeah.
Rema did India, right? You have King Promise doing the first sold out Afrobeat show in Singapore.
Singapore, yeah.
They're in Australia. We weren't in those countries actively.
A couple years ago.
Right. And so that's the true meaning of Afrobeats to the world. It's not Afrobeats to America.
No, yes. Unfortunately, America dictates what happens in entertainment, which is the
they
reason
own the budgets.
There you go. They own it. The awards that everybody's gunning for and all that. You know, whether the VMAs or the Grammys and everything. Everyone is gunning for that. You know, so they are quote unquote still the benchmark and all that. But I do agree with you. My only thing is, you know, I've always believed in us being authentic and do our own thing. And if it shoots, it shoots, right? The other thing is when people in one hand trying to tell me that, oh, this artist is as big as Dre, this artist is as big as The Weeknd, like this artist did this and that, and I'm thinking, all right, cool, yes, in our space, that's true. They are worldly, that's true, but
do
let's
people
not
say they're as big as The Weeknd?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I think
Oh,
they
yeah, I've
say,
seen
oh,
that.
that is the Nigerian Drake, or that's the Nigerian Weeknd. I don't think people say that they are just as big. If they
Listen.
do, it's the stands that are in those crazy, I don't want to say crazy, in those crazy fan groups, and they're misguided, and they just say anything because they can, not because they actually
Listen,
believe it.
when you go through some of the comments,
Don't
you
go
know,
through
some of the comments, I know some of the comments on our podcast and everything, yeah. I've seen some of the most craziest comments ever, and whoever their idol is, if you don't say that their idol is like Jesus, yeah, you might be saying the most logical shit. They will attack you, right? And say, oh, look at you, look at how can you be broke? Or you're talking about Davido, you're broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, they will attack you and everything. And like I'm saying, bro, listen, I've been listening to music and everything and all that, right? There is absolutely no way. First of all, none of these artists sell as much as some of these artists. They don't do, you know, apart from Burna Boy, you know, Burna Boy live shows and everything, he might do the same numbers and everything. You get what I'm saying? But then at the same time, if we're trying to split hairs and everything, if you look at the likes of Ed Sheeran, yeah, they sell out stadium, and I'm not talking about, okay, you have a couple people on the ground and then people, like, the whole stadium is gone.
Can I say, yeah?
It's a whole different shit.
With the O2 as an example, right? Because, you know, O2 is the second home of Afrobeats.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know which artist sold out the O2 the most? And do you know how many nights that person did?
What you mean, in our culture or overall?
Overall. Just put a number and just guess any artist that you think has sold out the O2 the most amount of times and how many nights you think they did.
I would say between Adele or Ed Sheeran.
Okay, and how many nights do you think they did back to back?
5.
Okay, the answer is Prince.
Prince. Oh,
and
shit.
He did 21 nights in a row. You don't believe me, right? Google it. He did
21 nights.
That's the equivalent of 500,000 people. It's 20,000 capacity. He did 21 nights.
Wait.
Prince, if you just do Prince O2 sold out record or something, you'll see it.
Prince O2 sold out.
Yeah, it's 21 nights back to back. 21 nights in London. You see that?
Prince the Ethos achieved the record breaking. What?
21 consecutive sold out shows.
And he did not have a fatigue. But I will have fatigue. Like, I'll be tired. You know what 21 nights is?
Right. So when we talk about people like Ed Sheeran, right, I believe he did a 3-day residency at Wembley. Wembley's capacity is 80K. So 80 times 3 is 240. Right. But that's still not 500,000. And so I think when people talk about numbers, we should actually look at the facts, because
I'm telling you, that's my point.
the data is there.
That's my point. Like, we have not scratched the surface.
No. We were so excited, and I still give credit to Wizkid for doing 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have an artist, dead or alive, in Afrobeats that could do 21 nights in London.
No.
Not like Prince.
And like, I think it was Beyonce as well. Like she's done stadium like 2 or 3 nights in a
She
row.
did Tottenham Stadium. I think it was 6 nights actually.
So you get what I'm saying?
I
Like
think Chris Brown has done O2. I think last year again like 4 nights.
some of these people are doing crazy numbers, and to me, that's the reason why when I tell people like we need to calm down. We are just getting started. We are making strides and everything and all that, doing our own thing. But trust me, we have not scratched that surface at all.
And I think we should be proud of our artists. I think
Absolutely.
that there is an element of sometimes we just want to talk big because it's the Afrobeats packaging and it's our Nigerian way just to be loud and proud about everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have to be realistic and say, okay, we've come a long way, but there's still a long way to go.
Long way to go.
Long way to go. And we shouldn't be complacent and we should be humble and we should be looking at, okay, how can we do this? Look, okay, so you can see who else has done it.
So who has sold out the O2 the fastest? This is it.
Spice Girls in 38 seconds. Yeah, but legacy artists. And this is what I'm saying. Does Afrobeats have a female band?
And the thing is, this is before social media.
Yeah, 2007. Yeah.
This was so you kind of have to go.
Wait, so no, in 2007, we had like Bieber, we had High Five, we were on Pixar,
Okay, that's true, but it wasn't as efficient.
Yeah, it's
now.
not like now.
You get what I'm saying? Like, look at that. Then 2014 and Burna Boy 2021.
So
12
Gary
12
Barlow
minutes.
is from the legendary boy band group,
Yeah.
right? So he's got Rolling Stones, Rihanna, Beyonce, wizkid, yeah.
Do you think right now that we can have a girl band or a boy band in our culture?
Yeah, I think let me
Because the last one that we saw was
Who?
P Square, wasn't it?
No, since then we've had DNA. You don't probably know them, but they were a twin pair that signed to Maven.
Okay.
It hasn't been successfully done since then.
Can it be done though? Do you think it can be done?
I think
A girl band.
I think it can be done. I just don't know that the listeners are in an era of even wanting a girl band. I think even on the Yankee side, right, in the UK, and we can use the UK. So the UK has Flo, right, as a female band. In America, we had like Fifth Harmony. But I think generally the boy band and girl band era was very much a 90s and early 2000s
Early
thing.
2000 thing. Yeah. You're right.
I don't know that people care for it now. And obviously it's still big in like K-pop and it's still really big in like Bangla music, so like South Asia. But yeah, I don't think it's impossible. I just don't think the general listener cares for it.
No,
and then also in our space, there's a lot of ego in every space, right? But I think defining who would be like the lead singer and figuring out who would be I just know it's
gonna be hard. You mentioned K-pop when I was in Japan last year.
How was it?
Oh my god! Listen,
It's on my list.
Listen, if you're gonna do anything in life before you die, just go there.
3 things you did when you were in Japan. Tell me.
Ooh, food.
Yeah.
Food was amazing.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to keep myself with sushis and wagyus and everything. Like, the food was so good, right? And
2 other things. Japan. Quick. What
tour.
else? You did the tour.
Yeah,
The Mario
the
Kart
sightseeing
tour.
and everything. Yeah. You got me that too. You got me in the tour and everything, like to go see like different things and everything. Like some of I believe they have the biggest zebra crossing in the world. Like,
Oh yeah.
Like I've forgotten what it's called, but it's so massive, and you have this amount of people. Once the traffic obviously shows and all that, and you just have it, like, it's so beautiful. And then they have this 3D animals on the wall and everything, like tigers and everything. Like they look like they're coming out. It is a very beautiful place to go.
I've been to China, not to Japan. How was it traveling there as a black man?
Oh, it was normal.
Okay, you didn't.
Like, it's like you're in the UK.
Okay.
Like, it is a very multicultural place.
Okay.
Like, especially if you're in Tokyo. If you're in Tokyo, Osaka,
Yeah.
Kyoto,
Yeah, I was gonna say cute.
right? It is very multicultural. Like, black people, they also have a lot of expatriates as well.
Yeah, expats.
You get what I mean? But now, if you're going into the countryside,
Yeah.
that's when you now realize, okay.
Did you go into the countryside? Did
Yes.
you do Mount Fiji or anything?
I didn't do Fuji, or rather Fiji. I didn't do that, but I went somewhere else, and it was so like Japanese, like the essence, the houses, the way people dress, and all that kind of stuff. Like, the kimono, whatever they call that.
Yeah.
Like, but if you're in the city, it feels normal.
So
Right.
I went to China probably before a lot of black people did. This would have been 2006.
Yeah.
And I was there for 2 weeks. And I think the Chinese food we have here is very westernized.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't enjoy the food in China personally. But then not just that, I went to Beijing, I went to Shanghai, I went to Chongqing, I went down the Yangtze River, I was on the Great Wall of China. I did the whole thing. A lot of the cities outside of Beijing hadn't seen black people. So people were staring, they were pointing, they were taking pictures. At first I was like, oh my God, I feel like a celebrity. But then I was there for 2 weeks. By the end of the 2 weeks, I was ready to come home.
Listen,
Because
people are coming
were
up
like
to you.
touching
Yeah.
my hair, touching
Come
my
and take photos with you.
skin. Yeah, but sometimes very rudely, like
I know.
without not just without permission, but just like treating me more like a
show.
a zoo animal, not revering me like I'm the Mona Lisa in a museum.
Yeah.
And then also there were some people that would like in China specifically. I don't know if you had this in Japan. They would and they would spit.
Oh no, I didn't have that.
Yeah, no,
I didn't have that. It was so
I wouldn't
civilized over there, and they have an Afrobeat
Scene, they do, yeah.
club as well
Yeah, yeah.
over there. Like
I've actually seen there's a restaurant, a Nigerian restaurant.
Nigerian restaurant there, Afrobeat clubs and all that kind of stuff. Like it's proper. Everything is there. But the reason why I brought that up was when you talked about K-pop and all that.
Yeah.
And on the road, literally on the road, like outside there right now, they might build a stage and all that, and you have this up and coming boy band on the road performing. And when you turn around like that, you probably might have about a good 5,000 people.
Wow.
Just there, just watching them, and they're performing for free.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the reason why they curate a lot of fans. Like, I saw that like 2 or 3 times. And these people, I don't know who they are.
They're community and culture focused though. They cultivate and they realize that K-pop fans are the most loyal in the world. So they do it from early. They're not looking at monetizing from the beginning. They understand that building a community at first is more important, and then monetizing that later comes naturally with the loyalty. I think a lot of us in our industry have got it the wrong way around.
Yeah, we definitely have it the wrong way around. We just trying to just hit it big immediately. Like we definitely cannot. You go what I'm saying? Nah, it's crazy and all that. Like when I look at the industry, I'm like thinking, okay, you know, we kind of have to tweak and change some things, because I think we were going like this, but I think at the moment we've kind of plateaued a little bit, you know, and I think we need to tweak some things and everything to kind of start going up again.
And again, I think it's normal for like every genre, right? A societal change happens, cultural shifts happen. You have subgenre fragmentation, right? That's like the idea that we have Afrobeats, but then we also have like Afro drill and Afrofusion. And as everyone is trying to define what their subgenre is, it means that the foundational genre takes a hit. And so I think, and then obviously commercialization as well, which is the monetization we've spoken about, where people are prioritizing foreign markets above local. Yeah, it all has an effect. I think I'm excited to see what the next phase of Afrobeat sounds like.
Me too.
I want to know if it's going to be more Francophone inspired, if it's going to be Lusophone, which is more like the Portuguese speaking, so like Cape Verde, Angola. Are we going to lean more into like the East African sounds? You know, a lot of East Africa actually is very reggae influenced. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to be next. Are we finally going to really put some respect on rap? Like Sarkodie, Nasty C, all these guys have been holding it down for so long.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the next phase? Like what does in fact, good question. What do you think the next phase of Afrobeat sounds like?
Oof. I think it's gonna be a lot of like R&B infused, because some of the new guys that are coming in right now that are so talented, well, you can tell they are very so much into their R&B bag. Right, there's this guy who I'm listening to right now, Taves.
Love him.
Oh my god, like I fuck with Taves heavy. But you can tell he's heavy into his
R&B bag.
You got me? So I think we are getting into a phase where you kind of really, really have to be talented.
Yeah. So Folake is a song that everybody knows him for. But you're gonna play what
See what's going on, right? Like the instrumentals, he's mixing it as well with the pigeon and all that, right? Like, but he still has that R&B type infused into it.
It sounds more like trap to me.
Yeah. That's trap, but then that R&B thing is in it as well.
His delivery is very
because
R&B,
that was the same thing that Benson did.
Yeah.
One of his songs, he did like a drill in beat on that. Did you hear it?
No, well, maybe, probably. Buju Benson. Let's see.
Yeah. Oh man, let me remember that song. Like this
Oh, from his
was
project, Captain.
yes. What's the name of that song again?
You know, if you can wake up, one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah.
Cough Syrup I really like as well, but no, I can't remember what the.
Do you know what? Let me find because he did a video for that and everything, and it was literally a drill beat. I was shocked. I was like, "What is this guy doing?"
But Buju obviously came up as like a cover artist. Like he used to have so many covers that you could find online. So him jumping on a drill beat doesn't surprise me at all. Obviously, you mentioning him in the same sentence as Tabes is because Tabes used to be signed to him.
We used to be signed to him.
Yeah, and it's so funny because obviously Burna signed Buju, and then they parted ways, and then Buju signed Tabes, and so I wonder, was Tabes gonna sign somebody soon?
I know. No. He's still young.
He's still new.
Yeah.
But that song you just played kind of reminds me of Kaid. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
Kaid.
I know Kaid. Yeah.
And he's very trap influenced. There's quite a few of these young boys. So we've got Lona, we've got Yarden, we've got Mins. Who else is really like holding it down? Obviously Fola, Shode. Yeah, there's quite a few of them that are very R&B inspired.
I can't remember the name of that song again. Like it was a trap beat. I was like, what the hell? Let me see if it's Captain. No, it's definitely not. No, it's not. Let me see this one. No, it's not. A lot of these guys are coming out with some new stuff right now.
I love the fact that you dropped that. I think the next sound that might be coming. So at the start of the year, I said I expected to see a lot more like Afro house, more house leaning, and three-step.
I would love that.
Yeah, three-step, which is like a new genre coming out of South Africa. It's been in the works maybe 2-3 years. But actually what I think I missed is I think there might be a return of funky house.
Probably.
Now, I want to play you a song by, again, another one of these young guys that is really doing their thing. His name is Ashidapo. He has a song with Olamide called Girl on Fire. Before I play the song, have you heard the song?
No.
Okay. I want you to tell me what you think the instrumental is. Yeah? Ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is house.
So yeah, same song, but that's what I think is coming next.
Listen, I would love it.
I was
would
in
love it.
college and uni when Funky House was raining, so
Funky House.
it's nostalgic for me. I'm ready.
Yeah, I would
ready.
love it because I'm not gonna lie. I know obviously we are into the Afrobeat thing and everything. That's the sound that kind of
Transitioned everyone into Afrobeats because it was
Yeah.
house music with African percussion.
Yeah,
First time ever.
yeah, and that's the
On
reason
this
why.
side anyway, sorry.
And that's the reason why South African sounds and everything will always be there
Yeah.
because they have it on lock as well.
Lock.
They have it on lock. What, mate?
Yeah.
I think I saw Black Coffee.
The legend, the icon, the living legend.
Listen, I saw Black Coffee in Spain. Shut that thing down.
He's so cool with it as well, so suave with his bald head, and he's just chill.
Just there, and he just like you might not even hear a word from the song or whatever, just the beat, just go. You get what I'm saying? And in their culture, the DJs, it's so crazy that was the DJs are way more famous than the artists.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy
I mean,
how
we know
how
that, right?
stuff
Because
works.
DJ Mafarisa, Mafiki Zolo, Kabza D Small,
Yeah.
Major League DJ. We can name some. Tyla ICU.
I
What
I
if those are
was speaking
DJs?
to I was having a conversation with my boy who's South African, and I was shocked to hear that Mafarisa is like the biggest DJ in South Africa.
Yeah. You didn't know?
I
He
didn't
drops
know
a
that.
okay, so
No, because
you know I do a New Music Friday playlist every Friday. Mafarisa has a song out every Friday, either as the main artist or the feature artist every Friday.
yeah,
That's 52 songs in a year.
that's crazy. When I heard, I was like, I thought it was obviously I'm looking at it from the Western Isles and everything. I thought it was like maybe a Black Coffee or something. He said, nah, Mafarisa in South Africa.
Mafarisa's more commercial, right? Black Coffee is more of a staple household DJ. He's an
Yeah.
artist,
Yeah.
but he's a DJ who's an artist, whereas Maphorisa is an artist who is a DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously in our culture we have Spinall.
Yeah, we have Spinall, we've got Tunes, we've got Equal, we've got Exclusive, we've got
Yeah, we do have a couple. I think
DJ Copy.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I'm not gonna lie. She tried and she tried and she tried everything. But I just think our industry is so unfortunately male curated. It's hard for the females.
Whereas the South Africans have like Uncle Waffles, they've got DBN Go-Go, they've got Camon Bella, they've got TXC. I can keep going when it comes to female DJs that are all doing their thing, but
we are so male curated, like, and also our females are not into drama as well. A lot of our males, you know, we do hear the beefs and male egos and all that kind of stuff, so that does happen. The females, whenever you hear from them, they are just on their music thing. And I absolutely love it. I'm looking at Ira Star now with some of the stuff that she's doing. I'm just gonna pull it up real quick.
While you do that, congratulations to Yemi Alade. She's just announced her launching her own makeup line, and she's launched with a red lipstick called Nairobi. The color's called Nairobi, and the line itself is called Yem, and it's supposed to be the first product from, you know, a range of makeup that she's going to be bringing. And so we've seen people like Cuppy and Tiwa and Ira will be faces of like Maybelline and MAC and all these other foreign makeup labels, but it's really nice to see that she's launched her own. So shout out to Yemi Alade. But let's get into Ira Star.
Just like Asha, Yemi Alade just in her corner, just doing
her own lane,
thing. Just doing her thing,
doing
and
her
everything.
thing.
And to me, that's one reason why I love her. But this is Ira Star right here.
This is a new one with Gracey. We just read it the other day. This is not a song I'm gonna release next, okay?
If you sabi the matter, you know be picking we go they play with Tyla. No go they don't me cause if he go little better. Check what you carry come. Another round of it, I know. Baby, bounce the thing bam bam. Bounce body bam bam. Bounce body bam bam. Bounce body bam bam. Bounce the thing bam bam. Bounce your big bum bum. Bounce your big bum bum. Bounce your big bum bum.
This is how we like to party. This is how we like to party. This is how we like to party.
Shoko shoko bam bam, penny to babe. Pretty lady, white black, pelu caramel. Dancing to the sound, on my perfect. Can't want money la lori internet. Obi motion Jenny, oh my ghetto sexy. I'm a Italy, Motico Jajami, rocking Bottega. Every one day copy, when the music drop back, oh Jenny.
This is how we like to party. This is how we like to party. This is how we like to party. Gracey, say what? You wanna tell them what's next?
You give us your thoughts.
Ira Star is gonna be a problem.
Okay, so you're liking that one. You're liking that one.
Oh yeah, I am. I think Ira Star. Yeah, I think she's gonna be a problem.
She's already a problem.
She is a problem.
She's great.
Who's this?
Now, why I'm pulling this up is I just want you to listen to this. Oh, it's not gonna let us do it, is it?
No, that's cool.
Okay. I wanted to play you that is Blonde.
Who's this?
Her name is Blonde.
Mhm.
And this song was all over TikTok earlier this year. Great song. I'm hearing a lot of similarities with the Ira snippet that you just
Right.
in terms of being, I guess, a lot more alter, maybe Afro tech inspired.
High tempo type thing.
Yeah, and I know that obviously Ira is, I guess, going to be doing a lot more festivals and shows, so she probably needs a lot more up tempo music. Because apart from Stability, I don't think she has a lot of
No.
And so I guess they're trying to pivot into something
that
that's
crowd,
a bit more up tempo, so she can do a lot more festivals and shows.
Crowd, yeah.
But whereas this feels very, it feels very innate to Blonde, because we've seen Ira be more of an R&B girl, a lot more emotional, very descriptive. I think I need a couple more listens on that one. I think it feels a little bit performative to me. It feels like we need a up tempo song, so we're gonna do this sound. It doesn't feel like Ira. And I don't know Ira personally. I've interviewed her a couple times. You know, we're in the DMs, we're friendly. I'm her big auntie, but yeah, to me, I need to hear that song a couple more times. I'm not sure.
I hear that. But I think she's kind of in that performative phase now, if you ask me, because some of the songs like that. What's the name of that song again? The body song.
Hot Body.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the phase that she's in at the moment.
So I think Hot Body is them, again, trying to pivot her into maturing her aesthetic.
I mean, she's growing now,
to
isn't it?
own her sexy, right?
I'm like, how old is she now?
She should be 23, but you can check. I think, you know, we've seen the era where she launched with the braids, and then, you know, she had how old is she? How old does it say that she is?
23, yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at me knowing stuff.
No, yeah. She's 23 now.
Yeah, so we saw her with like the braids, and then we saw her with the blonde braids, and then we saw her with the, you know, she didn't launch with the mini skirts, but then that became her signature with the crop top. And then we saw her do her pixie cut, and now she's got like the Rihanna fade where it's short on one side and she's got the long here and the other. And so yeah, we're seeing her evolution. A bit like Chloe Bailey. I think the only thing that I'm a bit cautious of is just not maturing it too fast, because Chloe Bailey was, you know, suffered for the fact that when she was under Beyonce, she was very much, you know, the wholesome half of the duo. And then as soon as, you know, she wasn't with Parkwood Entertainment anymore, she suddenly had a nyash out, and she
fell off.
Okay, you're going to say it. I'm just going to say that I think she didn't give her audience time to mature with her. And her initial audience was very wholesome. And so it was a very stark.
I mean, she looks good in it.
She looks great.
Listen, I wasn't even complaining and everything. But
I'm just saying that I don't want Ira to do the same thing where she pivots too quickly and doesn't carry her audience with her, because she will suffer the same fate where the audience you have won't move with you.
I think she's there already.
I don't. The snippet you played.
I think she's there already.
Sonically, okay. Physically, 100%. She's already like. I mean, she just did a hot body video where she's in a bikini.
Exactly.
That's the most we've seen of her body. But I mean, the sound from what you played is very different.
Yeah.
And if her audience are still R&B babes or R&B leaning, this Afro tech sound might be too different
right now. All right. Can we play the hottest song in?
This is a new one with Gracey. Just got it the other day. This is not a song I'm gonna release next, okay?
Yeah, it might be too. Oh, sorry, we weren't playing it on there. My bad.
Yeah, we're not showing it. Yeah.
Let's do it again.
This is a new one with Gracey.
But before I continue, right, was it not the same thing that happened with Rema with the whole rage sound and all that? Like the way he just pivoted from Calm Down.
Yeah.
It was basically the same thing.
In Rema's interviews, he said that he had the biggest song in the world, the biggest Afrobeat song of all time. If he didn't do the music he wanted to do right now, he was never going to do it. I think he also said that if he had tried to do like a Calm Down follow-up, it was always going to be compared to Calm Down, similar to what he said about Essence and Water. And so he wanted to do something so left of field that it couldn't be comparative. I agree with you and say that a majority of the fans that he gains with Calm Down are not going to understand Ozeba, and you know everything he did on
that's a whole
Grave
new
Cirrhosis.
different.
But then even a lot of Afrobeats artists didn't understand that project. People liked Ozeba, and but it didn't carry everyone. And so yeah, I think, you know, I'm sure her team have this unlocked. Obviously, they've just announced that she's also with Rock Nation now, so they're going to be looking at it from a foreign point of view as well. And so yeah, I'm interested to see how this lands. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is her.
Is that true? Is that true that I saw that flood online? Obviously, she's signed to Run Nation, but is that true that he's not allowed? She's not allowed to have a boyfriend for 5 years.
No, and even the wording is very specific, right? So let's not forget that Universal and Maven are now in a partnership, right? Universal Music, and let's not forget that Rock Nation is under Universal. So I think I don't know for sure, but I think it's just the fact that in America she's going to be looked after by Rock Nation because they are a division of Universal. I don't think it means it's a whole brand new deal. And I mean, she tweeted, and so did Don Jazzy, that they weren't aware of this clause where she's not allowed to date or have a boyfriend or have kids in the 5 years. They were like, oh, news to me. But yeah, I mean, worse things have been put into contracts. So unless we were the lawyers or the people signing the contracts, we will never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know. Damn, you mentioned Rema. Do you think he's the one that thief from Olamide?
I saw the Stan account that apparently had all of their text messages. My thing is, when these things blow up, only 2 people have access to these messages. So unless they're completely fabricated and it's completely AI, how else would we have this information? Somebody somewhere leaked it to someone.
Someone definitely leaked it.
And I mean, until we hear this track, what's it called? Mara Rough v Lagos Space. Yeah, until we hear the song,
we wouldn't know.
But Omar hasn't dropped his own stuff all year, and it might be because he has actually been in the studio re-recording because he couldn't use any of the stuff he'd recorded before. So
yeah, it was after he said it.
Especially when the first like say 1 week or something, or 2 weeks or a month, it's amazing.
But you attribute that song to this new style of Afrobeats that you're creating.
Yeah, Holy Ghost is a new movement. I was going to make the whole album with the new sound, but along the line I changed my mind, and I decided to. I shared an idea with a certain artist, and the artist went ahead and put out an album with my idea, and I had to go back and record my album.
Wait, what? Wait,
yeah. Wait. So I had this idea to do something with the sound, and he came to me and asked me, and this is an artist that I love for sure, and I decided to, okay, let's collaborate. Look at where I'm heading with Afrobeat. I think this is the way. And then 5 months later, he put out an album with exactly all the same sound that I shared with him. You see? So I had to go back and remake my album, which is actually going to be the greatest album of all time in Afrobeat history.
Yeah, I saw that clip. What are your thoughts? Do you think it was Rema he's talking about?
I mean, I don't know. Like, but you can tell his pissed. Like, he's still worried about that. You can tell from his face, like the way he was talking. Like, you can tell he's still not over it. Right now, I don't know if it's Rema. I can't tell. But that's the thing. That's the danger about coming out to say stuff like this, right? Because it's either you put a name to the bullet, or you just don't say. Because once you come out and say, a lot of people will now start putting 1 and 2s together, pointing fingers and everything, and you kind of have to come out and say, this is the person, this is the evidence, or you just let it slide.
I think the way it came out as well was very, I don't want to say suspect, but initially we thought it was Omale's burner account that dropped these messages, and then you go to the bio of that account and it says #1 Stan account. So it's just like, okay, so how did you get this information?
Yeah.
And then also in that video he referenced Holy Ghost, right? Holy Ghost fight, but that is a completely different sound to Ozeba, Kelebu,
and all them other songs. Yeah.
So was he attempting to do Afro House? Because I wouldn't count what Rema's dropped as Afro House.
No, hell no.
So I don't. I have questions.
Yeah, same as
I don't think it's unreasonable. It definitely could have happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
And also because there aren't any other artists that we can think of immediately that have dropped a project that
after this. Yeah,
that sounds really different. Because in the video he mentioned, the sound is different. So I think Rema's the only one we can point to based on the music that's been released. But maybe it's another artist that we completely. Maybe it's Mins. I don't know. He dropped a great project.
Yeah, who knows? You just don't know and everything. Like if I was him, It's either you come out and spill the whole thing with the evidence, or you just let it slide and take the L. It is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is. Where's that stuff again? It is what it is. I've got that here somewhere.
Well, I mean, play all of them. Let's find out.
Let's see.
That's hilarious.
All right, cool.
Wow, it's still going.
What the fuck?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. This is the one right there. You know what I'm saying? Nah, listen. Thank you for coming by, though, for real.
Thank you for having me.
I
had
enjoyed
so much fun.
this. I enjoyed this and having you
Yo.
around and everything, man.
I'm gonna come back.
Listen, we should do this more often, man.
Will you have me back?
Absolutely.
Please.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have an
Yes.
open invitation and all that. Like,
I might come back next week. Are those cookies?
yes, they are.
If you feed me a cookie right now, I'll come back next week.
Just make sure that when you're taking it, you are on your bed.
Oh, it's one of those kind of cookies. keep it. Thank you. Thanks.
You get me? Just make
That's
sure-
why it was hidden.
There
no
you go.
Worries.
You get me? Just make sure that when you're taking it, you
I
are
need
on
you
your
guys to
bed.
see how look how many he has.
You know what I mean? And then also it's labeled as well. Okay, yeah.
I didn't
It's
see the
something
label.
else. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is my cookies right here. Yeah, I just have another label on it. This is my cookies right here. You know, if you want to take it, just make sure you're done for the day.
So you know you know how to have a good time.
Oh, listen, done for the day and everything. This is like my favorite spot in the house. I barely stay in the living room. You know, I'm always here just watching my YouTube and all this kind of stuff and all that. You know, just chilling.
With
and
this
everything.
stash, though, I know that you're here for a good time, but maybe not a long time. That's too many. Now I'm sounding like a Yoruba mom.
I
but
know.
that's fine.
You gotta say, when this one finishes, I'll make another one.
Wow. Oh, you make them yourself?
Yeah, I made them myself.
Wow.
Yeah, I made it myself. I always have it in the house and everything. Just after a long
Imagine,
day.
so I've
after a
been in
long
this
week.
house just drinking water, mind you,
I know.
and you could have been offering me handmade food.
I know. Listen, you know what? The next time you come around, okay. Next time you come around, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cook.
Signature dish. What is it? What are you known for?
Listen. Listen.
There's options.
Yes,
Pick
options,
one.
mate.
Pick one.
Depend on what you want. What do you want?
The only thing I don't eat is pork, so you have a free reign.
Okay, high protein.
Yes, please. I'm avoiding carbs, but for you, I can make an exception. If you want to give me
No.
carbs,
I'm also on the same boat as well. I'm
Okay.
high protein right now.
Okay.
All right, cool. So the next time you come, I'm gonna cook.
Love that.
You get what I'm
And
saying?
you're gonna cook, and I'm gonna eat. Amen.
Yes, I'm
Glory.
gonna cook. You're gonna eat, and then you're gonna be the judge.
I'm a
There you go.
harsh critic, you know.
Yeah.
Harsh critic.
That's what live on. I got you on that. You get me? If you wanna come back next week, come back next week.
I'll be here
Yeah, Saturday on Sunday.
Sunday. Let's do it.
Say, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I appreciate you coming by though, for real. You know what I'm saying? And then also, how many viewers? 105 live people and everything. We salute you and all that.
Thank you
know
guys
what I'm
for
saying?
coming.
Yeah,
Hopefully
we
you
salute
had
you.
fun with
I had a
us.
wonderful time and everything, man. You get what I mean? I almost became a DJ and all that. You get me?
Oh no, you did.
I almost became a DJ.
What's your DJ name?
I would say DJ Toby or DJ T.
DJ T. There we
DJ
go.
T.
There we go.
You know what? I think you're inspiring me right now. I probably
Wait,
would
say the one before. Say the one before that.
DJ Toby. What the fuck?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That is the one. You know what? I will look into that whole the self and
Text,
everything.
do
Yeah,
it.
I probably will have it somewhere there.
You've
get
got
me?
the space for it.
Yeah, I probably will have it somewhere
And you've got
there.
the party lights as well. Look,
Yeah, I probably will do that. I think you've inspired me on that still.
you know when you said you
Because
have
I do-
expensive hobbies, I
Mm.
hope you know them
know.
CDJs.
They are
play-
expensive.
Ah,
The only thing is I need to speak to a DJ person to find out what I need to get.
yeah, TikTok will also help. But yes, I have
Yeah,
many
we'll
DJ
definitely.
friends. I'll put you on.
Yeah, please. Because I've got like a DJ app on my phone as well where I
Okay.
just do a little mix
Serato.
and everything. Yeah, and all that kind of stuff. I've got it on my phone.
Okay.
You know, so I need to do that.
What's
man.
her Instagram and channel? James, what a great question.
What's her Instagram and channel? Listen, I'm gonna put it in the chat right now because I wanted to put the link. I wanted to put the link in the description, but I might as well just do that
Yeah,
right
but I
now.
can tell you face to face. Hi, I'm Gracey Mae. I am a music executive. I've been in the business for over 10 years. I am a Grammy, Brits, Mobos, and BET voting member and have been for the last couple of years. My mantra is make Africa great again. So I am passionate about just putting the continent on, putting you onto the continent and putting the continent onto you. I also run May, which is a label services agency where we provide everything you'd get at a major label to independent artists. We specialize in talent from the continent and the diaspora. So you can be a singer, producer, DJ, actor, actress, comedian, influencer. We specialize in getting you seen and heard. And you can find me everywhere _Gracey Mae. That's GRACEYMAE. Again, that's GRACEYMAE on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Gracey Mae. I have a website too, so if you're lost, just search graceymay.com and you will find everything there. I've interviewed over 300 artists.
I know. You have been on it,
and most of them are actually on that website in written form and audio.
You have been on it from time. I'm putting in everything in the chat right now.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. Yeah, _Gracey Mae, and every couple of weeks I do threads on X/Twitter, just putting everybody onto music business. So whether it's PR, business, marketing, publishing, splits,
everything,
project management, campaign everything.
Listen, if you want to understand contracts and all that, hey.
Oh yeah. I'm actually a lawyer by profession, but I've come to do this music P and this entertainment P because you guys look like you're having fun. So
I know, listen.
I've come to join you.
I know.
Now, can you imagine that I've left law 11 years ago?
I mean, okay. Do you regret it?
No, because I think I learned life skills in terms of negotiation, in terms of advocacy, in terms of speaking up for myself that I don't think I would have gained in any other profession. However, I see my mates and I see their money they're making. Oh God. A lot of my friends are doing really well for themselves. So. But law is one of those things that I can.
But you're doing great for yourself.
God is good. God is great.
You're all over the place. You're traveling. I've got to ask, are you in the UK? You guys say, listen.
I'm being put on blast.
Listen, don't even go
but
there.
The great thing with law is I can always go back.
That is the beautiful thing about it.
And music won't ever fail, amen. But if it does, I still have a great fallback. So.
Hello, Patricia. Hi. How you
Welcome.
doing? No, listen. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I look back because I'm an engineer. For people that don't know, I'm a civil engineer, right? I just so wish that I could do this full time.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the balance of doing.
You know what I'm saying? If I could make. Hello, Patricia.
Hi, Patricia. Thanks for the follow.
Thanks for the follow and everything. If I could make the same amount of money that I'm making in my 9 to 5 in this, I would leave my 9 to 5.
Really?
Yes. I probably would do maybe consulting in that, but full time, no.
Wow.
I could sit here the whole day and just chat.
I agree. I think I love conversations with you. I think though I'm probably as much of an academic as I am a creative, and I think if I was just in the creative, working with other creatives, are they meant to?
Absolutely.
The other creatives are crazy. So no, I think I like the balance, and also I feel like your engineering, the fact that you do it actively, means that you're activating both sides of your brain. So when you're doing this, you're doing this for the love of it.
Yeah, for the love of it.
A lot of people, when they actually make their side hustle their main hustle, bruh, they end up spinning because they're like, yo, I actually have to wake up and do this. Ooh. I have to do this.
Yeah, you're all over the place in there.
Yeah. Oh, did we get another follow?
You get me? Yeah.
Thanks for joining the party.
Listen, thank you. And James, let's make Africa great again.
Let's do it, my bro.
That is for sure.
Let's do it again.
That is for sure. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I found it wonderful time, and also I found it wonderful time with you.
I'll see you next week.
You know what I mean? You are like my favorite person. I'm not gonna lie.
You're
my favorite person.
Thanks,
you know what I'm saying?
DJ
You know, Sunday. Yeah, I know. And
DJ T.
Sunday, you're gonna be here. Sunday, we'll do this again.
Yes, guys, make sure you join us same time next week. Okay.
Yes, same time next week. After 3 p.m. we just gonna be here. And then we're just gonna vibe, new songs and everything, and then
there's
have some
gonna be
conversations
plenty gist. I'm sure Afrobeats are gonna throw out another curveball, so we'll have lots to talk about.
Always, every week and everything. I'm surprised that a lot of people did not talk too much about the Davido wedding and everything.
Oh, I did.
Do you know what? Which wedding? Because I believe it was the same weekend that Davido was getting married and Mr. Easy was getting married as well. Yeah. You, as a woman, which one would you prefer? What type of wedding would you prefer? The quiet one, exclusive, but obviously a high end, or loud, all over the place, but obviously high end as well.
Yeah, so You can tell based on our conversations that I'm a storyteller. Give me a mic. In fact, just give me your ear and I will talk it off. Having an intimate ceremony means that if people ask you, oh, how was your wedding day? I get to relive that story over and over and over and over and over again.
I know.
So for that reason, and also the wedding venue that they used in Iceland, that cathedral,
amazing.
Yeah, so I think my answers changed though. When I was much younger, I wanted to have the 10,000 person wedding.
Same.
I wanted everybody there. I wanted all the performers, all their show. But now
Same.
at this age, I'm just I prefer something more intimate.
Something quiet.
And then also like I want to be surrounded by people that are going to actually invest in my marriage. The people that I can call on, that can ask for advice. If I'm fighting him, someone that can slap him around the face and be like, fix up. I don't think you can do that with. I think David and Chioma had 1,600 people at their wedding. There's no way that you're close to 1,600 people. So
no.
And also I don't want to say spectacle, but just the circus of having that many people, feeding that many people, making sure that in our culture at a wedding, you have to go to each table and say thank you for coming.
Yeah, that's 16. That's 1,600 or something.
Also, COVID. I'm not shaking that many hands. No. What about you? Do you want the big and lavish, or do you want the small and?
If you ask me when I was younger, and everything, I probably would tell you, oh, I want a big thing and everything. But now, at my age now, something small, man.
Yeah.
Something small. People that I actually know.
Yeah.
I have a relationship with. Obviously, the wedding as well will be like high end and everything, like do this thing and everything, but something quiet. You go what I'm saying? Some destination thing as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. But outside. I think David in a video said that they spent 3.9 million on the wedding. I'm also at a place where that could be invested into
something else.
Stocks, shares, property, cars. I mean, a car is a depreciation asset, but I couldn't do it on a big party.
No, but I mean, someone like him, he's not looking for money. Like,
but
that's
3 point is still a lot, regardless.
It's still a lot of money.
Rich people stay rich by not spending their money.
See, let me tell you something. Yeah, when I look at this, can be another conversation for next weekend. I'll write it down for when I look at I wouldn't say I would hate to be like Davido's or Burna Boy and everything, but when I look at their life, I feel like they live their life based on competition. Like they kind of have to outdo each other. Like I don't think they're living their life based on, okay, this is what I really enjoy. I think, okay, cool, you did this, I'll do this. You do this, because I'm looking at all the cars that they're buying almost every week and everything. The chains that they're, wasn't there. I'm like thinking, bro, what is the point? Yeah. But I just sort of feel like, yo, I have money more than you. And all this kind of stuff, and
you know what? I think it's a see finish mentality that we have in Nigeria generally. Everybody wants to be better than the other person. It's not even one person specifically. It's just an elitist society where you just want to be the best. And so, how do you prove that? By buying.
And to me, that's why I like Mr. Easy. He's just in one corner,
making his money,
just doing his thing. But from stories I'm hearing, like my man is so minted. It's crazy.
So like in the business world, they say that the wealthy whisper while the rich are loud.
Yeah.
And so the concept is people that actually have generational wealth. They're subtle with it. Like you can tell that they're rich because they might have an expensive watch or maybe the clothes they're wearing, but it's not crazy brand names. It's not flashy stuff. Yeah. For you to even know that what they're wearing is expensive, you have to be a rich person.
Yep.
Whereas rich people want to show that they have money, and so
absolutely,
yeah, it's just a different mentality depending on whether you're wealthy or whether you're rich.
I know. But yeah, it's so good. All right, people, listen, it was nice being here with you lot and everything. We're gonna see you guys again next weekend, and be safe out there. Enjoy your week and all that. Have fun.
Tomorrow is September.
I know, 1st of September.
Crazy.
I know.
Happy new month in advance.
Happy new month in advance.
See you guys next week. Take care.
Oh, you lot take care. Bye-bye.
See ya. That was so much fun.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely had a wonderful time. You know what I mean? I didn't want to stop. I just had to look at your text and everything.